Straight Savage, it's you. How you doing?
This is some type of radiation. I don't know.
Oh, you think you smoke counter? Let's go, man. Give him my many blessings. Smile 473. Just to give you as many blessings, Rabbi.
Just one moment, Straight Savage, and I'll be able to hear you. We'll be able to have deep conversations. Everything will be wonderful. Just one moment. I'm pulling this one. Oh, unless I'm going to have to restart the computer. Please don't tell me that. Just one moment. I'm going to be able to talk to you. Let's see here. How are we going to do this? Here we go.
I probably need to complete that.
Yeah, it's going to be interesting because the other big news.
Straight Savage, can you hear me?
Sure.
Excellent. How are you doing today?
There we go. There he is.
Excellent. How you doing today?
Good, man. How you doing today?
Excellent. Just awoke. We did a podcast last night. I've done 10 podcasts thus far. I really want to thank you again for being on the podcast. I use you as an example of people who are very successful on Kick, and we've been getting some up-and-coming streamers, also some regulars as well. So thank you so much. And I've got people lined up to do it too, so that's pretty cool. Yeah, so getting out there. What else?
Marvel, let's go, man.
What else are we going with? So I had this little army of people who volunteered to help me. Spam people.
I heard you had to get rid of one of the guys.
Yeah, I had to get rid of him. He told me so like it could be a period of 18, and then yesterday I asked him how old he was, and he was 16 or something like that, and I just had to ban him immediately and told him, I'm sorry, you gotta be 18 to be in here, and even though you're not doing anything wrong, I have people who are of age, so I can't have somebody lie to me. So we banned him, and then he went around still trying to spam people, and I had to go back in and be like, no, I apologize, like, it wasn't, I'm not the person who's doing that, so hopefully they stop that, but yeah, I had I would say like this person they bought like a bunch of computers. They bought like a computer. So it seemed like, hey, this place is going to be the ultimate spam machine. But I knew something was probably off. So yeah. I just had to ask how old are you when you're not 18. Sorry, dog.
Yeah, I don't blame you, man.
Yeah. So I wish there was
Dark Bro was telling me about it last night.
I wish there was a setting that you could turn on that just made it so you can't interact with anyone who's not 18. Like I've seen that on some social media. Some social media people put on there, do not interact if you're not 18. There's some kind of like acronym that they use. It's like don't interact if you're not 18. And I kind of want that too. So then I'm just like, I can say whatever I want. I don't have to feel like, I've got a language or anything like that. So, that would be ideal. But until we have that, basically I have to act. So with that being said, Straight Savage, you 18? All right, nice. End of the line, man. Apologies. That's absolutely hilarious. What's been your neck of the woods?
I just chilling, man. More than wake and bake.
Absolutely.
Turn the string with a cigarette.
Wonderful. That's more common, I think, than probably a lot of people know. At least in the interviews that I've done, like 10 people, like 4 of them, that's how they awake. The big way. So wait. Hell yeah. Do you watch any stand-up comedians like Joe Rogan, Joe Diaz, Giovanni? No, that you're not in the
I don't really watch any TV at all. If I watch anything, it's kick streamers.
Oh, okay. Well, that works. Who are your favorite kick streamers?
I'd have to say right now I've been watching a lot of Vitality.
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah, definitely.
I like him
I like
about how he does.
how he does.
Excellent.
Excellent.
Have you,
And I know
Susie
Susie as well.
Have you ever
Have you
seen
ever seen
W.
W.
Vagabond?
Vagabond?
He's the guy
He's the
who's
guy
on a
who's
boat.
on a boat.
I know you've seen him. He's on a
He's on
boat.
a boat.
He streams on a
on
boat
a
in the
boat in the
Caribbean.
Caribbean. Is that the one they call Captain Sparrow?
Oh,
that could be.
I don't know
I
if
don't know if they call him
but
that, but is he like an older guy?
yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, I think I know what you're talking about.
I think that guy has the most amazing stream of anyone on Kick. This guy's in the middle of the ocean. Streaming. That's incredible to me. It's super dangerous to be like on a boat by yourself, basically, or with not a lot of people. And you got to do all the stuff to sail the boat and not, get it shipwrecked and everything. And on top of that,
let's fucking go, Grasshopper. Hell yeah, make that comeback. Let's go, man.
On top of that, you are streaming. Like, I have enough trouble just keeping the streams alive and everything, let alone being on a fucking boat in the middle of the ocean doing it. That to me is crazy. So I think he deserves some special
He had a guy on his boat that was supposed to be paying him, to stay on his boat, travel with him and shit. I guess the dude didn't pay him. He ended up calling the cops and shit. He tried to get him off the boat. No. Yeah, when the cops come to let him off the boat, the one cop slipped and fell in the fucking water.
No way. That's hilarious. Wow, you got the instant baseball there. I just think it's incredible that he streams with like,
let's go, man.
That's incredible. So I do really like that stream. Do you know who Shakti G is? Shakti G is, I think, from Singapore, but he's an Indian streamer, and he's the one who recently said kick a million times for charity. Yeah. I really like him as well. I like streamers who do things for charity. I think that's a cool way to do things.
Garth Rips, he's huge on every Saturday. Last Saturday of every month, they do charity event called Saturday.
Yeah, I saw that. Tell me about it.
A new charity to donate to every month. He's been doing it for years now, man. Started doing it over on Twitch, and now does it here on Kick. Last I knew, he's raised over like $70,000 or something for charities. And
that's incredible. That's a big one. That's a big. So I love people who do that. I think it's great when you can use your superpowers for good. So I like those. What else? I like the 420 content, honestly. That's what kind of stuck out in my mind. I can tell you when I first met you, that's definitely what stuck out in my mind. This person is courageous. Like when I saw you, I was like, damn, they are fucking courageous. Because there are a lot of people, whether you're in a legal state or not, whether you're in a legal country or not, who still have this taboo about 420. And yeah, exactly, fuck that. And you show that it's completely normal, and you can do it having a good time. I mean, I wish we could study you, and perhaps in the future we will. But essentially, like long time 420 usage doesn't cause any major issues. This has been a great question, I think, that has arisen over the course of my life. When I was a kid, they used to talk about the curse of 27. They would say Jimi Hendrix, and they would say
why would it cause long-term effects though? Because our body actually produces a certain amount of THC.
I agree. But you know that reefer madness shit that they used to bring up all the time, and like the fact that you might go insane because of it. It's just a propaganda that was around. And they would talk about Jim Morrison dying at 27, and Janis Joplin at 27, and all these people,
these people were all into hard drugs.
Oh, totally. I agree. So then
Jim Morrison didn't go on stage unless he was fucked up, dude.
So then what happens is we have 50 years go by, and the only people who are fucking dying are the people drinking alcohol. Yet those people who they always warn you about, Willie Nelson, Keith Richards, those motherfuckers are in almost, one's in their 90s and the other's approaching 90 and still going on stage 4 times a week. It's incredible. Exactly. So I'm saying, like, that is the perfect evidence that I've ever needed to be able to say to anybody who says, like, oh, it's not a good thing or whatever. It's like, look, when I was a kid, they used to make fun of these people for years and years and years, and all those people outlived all the drinkers.
I mean, I grew up being told that I would never be anything because I smoked weed.
You have no idea how big you're going to be. And it's really exciting. It's so cool to see Kick every single day with newer streamers who I know from other platforms. That's really cool.
Right, yeah, the only health issue I have is the valve at the bottom of my stomach is not my stomach doesn't close all the way. It's not badass. But that's not caused from smoking. Like, that's just my body.
And certainly not smoking 420. So
I mean, my mom has the same issue. My brother has the same issue. Like,
do you have to take a Pepsid AC for it?
Actually, I use just roll chocolate milk, right?
Oh, really? Okay, there you go. So you have to have chocolate milk whenever you have anything at all spicy.
Normally.
Okay.
I normally try to drink some chocolate. I normally try to drink some in the morning and some before I go to bed.
Okay. So it's like
I'm actually supposed to take medicine, like my doctor prescribed me like a Pepsi that I'm supposed to take. But
you can get it the natural way.
I can just literally do milk. So.
Yeah, exactly. Perfect. Wow. That's not fun, but it's nice that you have a solution to it, and kind of funny that's the solution. Chocolate milk, who would think? Like, of all the things that are out there, the thing that settles your stomach. That's amazing. So I'm seeing
Gaza Lane? Is that how you say it? Gaza Lane? I don't know how you say your name, man. How you doing? How's your morning going?
I'm seeing some new streamers on here who are going to help the platform, I feel. Just to get more eyes on it. So who have I seen? Who are pretty big streamers that come from other places. Joe Pat, he is a radio host. He's doing his radio show on here. And it's hilarious that he can have like 500,000 people listening to him, but on Kick, he's still new. And he gets like 1 or 2 people because people don't know who he is. I saw Representative Matt Gates is on here. He was doing some kind of stream yesterday.
Because I got titties, don't make me a woman, motherfucker.
There you go. So with each day, it's cool to see new streamers and their journey, where these are big people. These are like, one's a congressman, another is a big-time radio show host, yet they still have to grind it out. Their viewership is 3, it doesn't matter. And
well, it doesn't help you, if you start streaming, if you don't already have another platform that's not built big, you start streaming, you gotta start from the bottom, just like everybody else.
100%. And even those guys who do have a platform where they can go to their thousands of Twitter fans, hey, follow me, even still, they don't have huge numbers like you would expect. And it just shows that everybody's going to have to do this uphill climb. Doesn't matter who you are. And I just think it's cool. It's really cool to me to see like these little, they're not little streamers, but like streamers who aren't like giant media personalities, and they have 10 times more people than some of these giant media personalities. And whether those are all real or not people, if you look at their chat, you can tell it's a lot busier than these big media personalities, and that's what I judge it. If you got stuff going on in your chat, people saying hi, people are coming in, then you can tell there's some real communication here. There's a real community here.
I see a lot of other smoke streamers, man, like Sherry and people like that, man. They go live. They got like 500 people in there. They're just sitting there smoking joints. It's like, motherfucker, I sit here and smoke all day with you motherfuckers, and I can't barely break 100 people.
And you do it so consistently. Like we know the times are going to be on. It's not just like, I think I'm going to do a stream today. No, we know at 8 o'clock a.m. Eastern time, you're going to be out and about like a job. And so when you can consistently rely on a streamer, I feel that has a lot of potential to have a lot of success. But yeah, I don't get what it is where you can do that grind all the time. I mean, it's just got to be number inflation at the end of the day. Because your
Let's go, man.
your 420 content is as good as anybody else's. What do they want you to do? Fucking do a bong upside down?
I don't know. Open up my ass, I think.
But I mean, you're exactly right. At a certain point, it's like there's only so much that you can do, and then it's just got to the people come. But yeah. When I first saw you, I was like, wow, this person is spoken live on the internet, and 20 years ago. You'd never see this. You wouldn't even see like a picture of somebody with their face with the bong. Like it'd be pretty rare to see that. You might see like a behind the scenes picture of somebody with a joint or something. But no, this man you were out there enjoying it and just blatant about it. I was like, man, this guy knows what's up. And so that's what attracted me to you. And then another thing. And I can tell it's the same shit with these the people who were helping me spam. I was wondering, I was watching who they were choosing to spam, and it's people who have a stream like yours, where you're very prominent in the stream, your face shows, you're looking at the chat, you're an like at least for my spammers.
We're interactive.
Exactly.
We're interactive. We interact with the chat. We'll talk to everybody that comes to the chat.
100%.
They know they're reading it.
Exactly. And so that's like, there are some streamers on here who I still don't really recognize because they don't put their camera. Cheers, baby. They don't turn on their camera. But you're there all the time. Another thing is, you don't take breaks. You're always in front of the camera. Some of these bigger streamers, I won't name names, and I don't blame them. They're on camera a lot, but a lot of times they're gone. You're always there, which is like, shows your grind.
Yeah, if I'm live, I prefer to be here.
Right.
I'm not big on showing other, even like this, like right now I have you on my stream. They can hear you and see you. Most of the time, I don't even do that.
I feel privileged. Hello, everyone. And I understand you're very interactive with your chat, and you're paying attention to what's going on. And I think that's why you're kind of an icon on this platform, at least in the mornings in the United States, where if I sometimes it's given that in a given day, you might be a top 10 streamer on the front page, or at least for just chatting, and it's like the same people every single day who you get to know, like who sticks out who's like every single day on here. Amaranth is always on here. Every morning it seems like bouncing angels on here. It's the same people.
She's live, she's there.
Dog, always on. And she's got that grind. I mean, at a certain point, I don't think she has to do it. I mean, she has like other investments and stuff. But it's like, what else you can do? You can get paid to just search the internet.
Yeah,
there's a lot more to it, I know. But
I see a lot of these bigger guys too that just do they watch TikTok videos and shit like that, man.
That's right.
I understand. You said you watch TikTok on your phone all day long.
Right. There's something.
You might watch because you're watching a streamer that's talking over every TikTok, pausing it. I don't understand.
I agree on that. I remember being on Twitch, and I saw Twitch was always focusing on what I noticed was a redhead who was in a hot tub. And she was the first person I ever saw who did bikini content, or whatever hot tub bikini content. And I remember saying, as a streamer, oh, no wonder no one's watching. Because they can fucking just watch this chick in a in a hot tub and do whatever. And then like a year went by, and I saw that this person was now on Kick, and I recognized, oh, Kick is starting to steal the talent from all of these other platforms, and it's just continuing. And that's an exciting thing for new Kick people, and especially someone like yourself who's already established. I'm really excited to see what happens to you in a year, 2 years, 3 years, 4 years, but particularly that 5-year range where you could easily be a millionaire. I mean, I think if you had to ask me right now, do you think that Straight Savage will be a millionaire in 5 years? I would say if he keeps this daily streaming going the way he does, I don't know how he won't be. He's already an icon on the platform. There are going to be a lot of people who are going to want him to do different endorsements for their products, whether it's a small 420 product or a larger cannabis grower. And it's just going to continue to, you're just going to continue to have success. And you're just very early in that journey. And I feel made it already over the biggest humps as a streamer, where it's that initial grind where you have no one watching, and you haven't done it for a long time, so you don't have all the experience. You've been doing it for years. You have a huge community. They appreciate you. So you're on like a perfect level to just skyrocket.
Someday we'll have that viral flip,
Isn't that how I think we're all like that, where we all think like some days I'm gonna do something and it's gonna just take off. It's almost like the way that
one viral flip, man, will make you just fucking boom.
Exactly. I feel like almost when I stream in my own way that I'm playing a lot. Like if you don't play, you won't win. But if I'm at least on the internet doing something, perhaps I might have that viral clip that is my lottery ticket that takes me to the promised land, basically. And I think a lot of people on the internet are like that.
One day, hopefully, I won't struggle anymore, man.
Exactly.
Not as hard as I am today,
Exactly. And I think that day's coming. Especially with the growth of this platform. You're gonna get that. And then I think you'll probably have the ability to mentor other people. Because you have all this experience, you'll be a big time streamer if you want to do that. Which I know you're probably open to good-hearted individual.
Oh yeah, I help people out all the time. Especially like if people are trying to IRL stream my help people get IRL set up. That's my favorite kind of content to watch.
Definitely. I feel it's also some of the most difficult content to do.
We ran Hedgehog yesterday. Yes, we did. He come in last night on his all crying and whining. Oh, I'm badly. That's like my morning coffee coming into your stream. Well, don't act like a fucking douchebag then, man. Like, that motherfucker's been banned more times than anybody else, and I always been ban him. At this point, it's like, I don't care if he's not banned anymore, man.
A few days ago, you were saying that well, you had shown me that lighter holder that you had with the...
Let's go, Grasshopper. Hell yeah.
Have you had any fortune going to any company saying, hey, I'd like to endorse this product?
No, I've never actually tried, man.
Okay. That's what I figured. Because I think you could get a lot of endorsements if you wanted to. Whether they be financial, I don't know. They probably would just give you their product at the beginning just to use it on screen. But that's where it's at. If you own a 420 company out there, and you want to know how to market your product, get it to a 420 user who has a stream. I see this all the time on YouTube, and I never would have heard of many of these companies, but for their promotional teams and people who they have endorsers, and now they're like household products.
I don't think I'm big enough for them to pull me in as somebody to.
And I understand that, but it's coming. That's like the first year, your accomplishment was getting KCIP. The second year, maybe like you might see an endorsement here or there.
Yeah, that'd be nice. I mean, we're affiliated with a couple companies, you know, like Fighter Farmer and Daily High Club, Smoke Cartel. So like if people use our links and stuff like that, then you know, benefit from that. But
that's cool.
I need to start reaching out there to more companies too.
Well, I think it's a perfect opportunity for them. It's like, and it's easy for you to market. Hey, I'm the number one cannabis smoker on an entire platform. I'm there every single day, and whatever the product may be, whether it's that poker or whether it's a dab piece of gadget or whatever, you can at least put it out there. So, hey, if you want me to talk about your product multiple times a day and always have it on camera, throw me one and with a check every now and then, and they'll never hear me shut up about it. If anything, it'll make more people aware of your channel. And it's really unique too. Actually, now thinking about it, you can't do your stream on YouTube, to my knowledge. Like, it violates the terms.
I tried. And they've even changed their terms even more. They're actually monetizing people's channels now for cannabis on YouTube. I don't know if people know that, but they're literally demonetizing for cannabis use on YouTube.
That's wild that we have the law that took it from a Schedule 1 drug to now Schedule 3, yet the technocracy has gotten stricter on the matter. Pretty unreal.
I can't IRL, like I can't live stream my YouTube because, that's what I say too. Fuck that, man. That's bullshit. Because of my music, they instantly shut my stream down.
We're Dog. They did the same with when I published our podcast, because you had just like a couple songs in the background. It can't be shown in some countries. It's like, calm down. No one was there for those songs. They were there for the podcast. It's like obvious that they were there for the podcast, and that we aren't doing it just to listen to music. But they're so strict on these things. And the thing that bothers me the most is it's so robotic. You know, nobody's going in and watching this. It's just whatever their algorithm detects. And then it's like, all right, well, good luck in fighting it. And it's like, well, you don't understand. People survive with their social media accounts. This is how they provide for their families. And just because you have this feeling like, oh, well, it is what it is, then they can't stream anymore. Absolutely.
That's like when I'm out IRL and they kick me out of certain places, like that. They try to explain it to people, like, you know what? This is my job. This is what I do for a living. Okay, you come to work and you sit in that chair and you do your job all day, right? Right. This is what I do. I pick up my camera and I go out. This is what I do. This is my job. This is what I do for a fucking living. Like, so why is it such a big deal that I'm doing my job and you're doing your job? Why is it such a big deal that I'm doing my job? Like, good luck. Like, I don't understand that.
Exactly. And you do a good job. And it's really unfortunate too when you're doing an IRL stream and you walk into a store and they're playing a song over the intercom, you can lose your stream because of that. Just like random music. Somebody's playing music from a car, and you're walking past the car doing IRL. All of a sudden, you can get a copyright strike for that.
Yeah, it's kind of crazy, man.
Completely understand. But think about it as a cannabis company. There's not a platform. I don't really. I think, can you smoke cannabis on Twitch?
Last I knew, they made it so you can't. I know some smaller streamers still do and get away with it, but like I think if you're like partnered with them and shit like that, you cannot.
So you're the biggest cannabis smoker potentially on the internet.
At least live streaming.
Yeah. There's one streamer, I don't know how he does it on YouTube, that he smokes on camera, but I don't know how he does it, honestly, because it's like, why can't they let you do it? What does he do? His name is it's Smoke and Scan. I fucking love his stream. He's probably the only YouTuber who I really kind of at least good time to watch. He does live police chases around LA usually, and he gets high while doing it, and he gets a huge amount of people to watch it. So I don't know how he's able to do the whole thing on there, but like thinking about it, most YouTubers are not doing that. So you have to consider YouTube's not really a platform for that. Twitch isn't really a platform for that. Kick thus far has been open to that. And then if you look at who's the biggest 420 enthusiast on Kick, it's you. Which in its own way kind of makes you the biggest cannabis user publicly on the internet. It's a hell of a title.
I think I can outsmoke you, Savage. I don't know if for real, but I have a hunch. You smoke a lot, you grasshoppers, you do, man. You definitely smoke a lot, man.
They make a thing. It's called an accordion bong. Have you ever seen it?
Yes.
Oh my god. That an accordion gravity bong can fucking put me on my knees. That's an intense little machine.
You see the grab drop, man. You know, last grab you saw it, man. Fucking wild.
I would be afraid about dropping it.
Yeah, I've had to catch it out of her.
The old Jerry Rice. All right, good on you, Andre.
My uncle, he's tall, 6'3" or so. And every time he would do it, he would sit on my floor. So finally I said to him, why do you always sit on the floor when you hit that thing? He says, because if I fall out, it's a shorter fall.
That makes sense. That's wise from your uncle. Yeah, I can see that. Especially with the gravity bong. It takes the knees out of you.
Cheers, everybody.
There you go. Have we talked about? Have we talked about life extension technology?
I think so.
Okay. If we had the opportunity and you had the finances and you could take care of your family and all your friends and you had all the money you needed, and let's say you got to be age 80 and your body started breaking down, would you want to have your brain scanned, your central nervous system scanned and uploaded into a computer for later download into a robot, a cybernetic being, an ethereal being, a clone of yourself, and have it tell anything you want?
Yeah, I'm good, man. I'll already be known for all eternity. You know what I mean? Like, I stream every day.
Right. No, I'm not saying you're not going to be famous.
You know, the videos I got out there, man.
And I think that's beautiful. I'm glad that you realize the power of it. So yeah, you'll definitely be able to live in all eternity. You just want to know, are we going to have you alongside us? Are we going to have a hologram straight Savage? Or is it going to be the real deal?
Dust, man. After I'm gone, we're just going to be dust. That's it.
All right. I can live like that. One thing I had a conversation with Rabbi.
We may block the fuck out of some people like Hedgehog.
Oh, definitely, for sure. We didn't say anything about coming back ghosts and scaring the shit out of people. Actually, though, bringing up that type of technology, so it's currently hypothetical, but there's an idea of a technology where you take someone's DNA. So say you lost someone at an age and you didn't want to lose them. What you can do is take their DNA, put that into a machine that creates a clone of that. but the clone doesn't have any central nervous system, basically. Then what you do is take pictures that you may have had of them, and you can use layering technology to be able to map their brain and their central nervous system to precisely as it was on the date of that photo creation. So you know what every atom is in their mind, you know what every molecule is, and then essentially be able to take that data, put it into the clone, and then eventually they would have consciousness, and you'd have to explain to them that they had died. It's a wild thought. And so I'm sure we can take that kind of technology and turn it into a ghost so you can scare anybody you want.
I don't know. To me, any type of cloning thing, to me, it doesn't. I don't know. I feel like it doesn't matter what you do. That clone is not going to be a representation of that actual person. They're not going to have the same personality. They're not going to.
Wait, you think that? But it's literally every single atom is 100% identical. So they must have exactly the same memories, and they must have exactly the same personality, and nothing different. The idea with at least jump rooms and like teleportation is that you have to kill the original person who wanted to teleport. So what do we say? Basically, there's a technology known as jump rooms, where you can walk through a doorway basically and be on another part of the world. Basically, it sends all of the data that walks through that door to the other door somewhere on the other side of the world and lets you in. Well, with that type of technology, we've always seen it in science fiction and such, but if it becomes a reality, the idea is this: if you walk through that door, you're going to have one of you on the other side and one of you that walked in. Now, will there be two of you? Kind of what you're saying, like it's not going to be the same. Essentially, we have to kill one of you. And so the one that theoretically gets killed is the one that first walked through the door. It's a wild thought. And it kind of blows my brain a little bit on how it would work. But it gets us into these discussions. What you're saying is like, is it the same person? I don't think it's going to be the same person. And I got to be honest with you, Straight Savage, that's the argument that I hear most often from people is it's just not going to be the same. But we don't know. We just don't know. You never know. 100 years ago, or let's say 150 years ago, it would have seemed like science fiction to have a flying machine. And here we have supersonic travel 100 years later, 150 years later. So mind-blowing technology in 150 years might be something that's more realistic than it is today. Have you ever taken speaking of technology, but more on your perhaps something that you may have experienced already. Have you taken THC pills?
No.
I hear that shit fucks you up big time. Whether it's true or not.
I've heard that gets fucked up, but yeah. Let me smoke it.
No, I got you. But yeah, I hear even more than edible, fucking THC pills will just knock your ass out.
Let's go, guys. Why you gotta get quiet, man? Wake up. It ain't time to go back to sleep yet. What are you doing?
Do you ever game?
Oh, yeah. I actually think about playing maybe chains together, though. Like find something to play with.
So that's the thing where you for 24 hours you chain yourself with someone?
No, it's game.
Oh, okay. I've seen
It's kind of like only us, like the chain with other person, and you gotta climb to the top.
Oh, that's phenomenal. Oh wow. Okay, so I've seen this something similar, but it was in real life where I think it was a Jack Doherty thing where he chained himself to someone for 24 hours. So you're saying it's a game. I got you. Is it on Xbox or PC?
PC, I don't know if it's on Xbox. CEO, let's go, man. How you doing? It's all good, man. Good fucking love, buddy. How you doing this morning? I've been doing great, man. You're doing RP, yeah, RP. Sure. What city you playing in? You don't mind. I mean, you don't have to tell me. Don't watch it. I know some people like to keep that shit. I haven't. Over RP. Thought about starting another server back up, man. I would not play on the server. You might see me water in the server, but I would not play on the server. I'm a strong believer that admins and owners don't play on this server. I used to be huge into the RPC, man.
What's RPC?
Grand Theft Auto roleplay.
Oh, okay, gotcha. So what would you play as?
My character's name was Bad Dog. He was fucking like a bank robber and shit.
Oh, yeah, I remember you saying that. You were a really successful robber. So why don't you do that anymore?
I just got out. There's a lot of drama.
All right. Like what? If you don't mind explaining. Like, what's an example of Grand Theft Auto role-playing drama that you've experienced?
Well, it's just like I was saying, I'm a firm believer that admins and owners don't play in their own server. And that was a huge thing, man, that happened. On most servers, man.
Okay, explain this one to me. Explain this one to me. So why don't you want admins and moderators gaming in the industry?
There's certain powers that they can use by, well, not mods, but they have opinions that they can look at because they're the electrical server, and they can just hand people money and weapons and all kinds of shit.
I gotcha. Oh, totally unfair. So I see how that could cause some major drama, be totally unfair. Gotcha. Did you have to spend money in that game?
Oh yeah, I got a few $100s in programs and shit when I built my server that I had.
Wow. Gotcha. Are you excited for Grand Theft Auto 6?
Not really.
You think you'll get it? I'm gonna get you on it. I'm gonna have so much money right now. I'm gonna buy you 10 of those things. You're gonna play it so much that might be sick. I'm excited for it. I've got to say, the only time I buy a console is when they come out with a new Grand Theft Auto. And so the last console I bought was like an Xbox 360, which was like 10 years ago, just simply to play Grand Theft Auto. It's the only game that I think is basically worth buying an entire console. But is it worth it? Yeah, it's a fucking amazing game.
It's hard to find servers like that, man, where, like that, the owner actually time himself out and realizing fuck that.
Are there a lot of Russian players in Grand Theft Auto roleplay?
I'm not even sure, man.
Okay.
It's been a few years since I've been even into that, so. I don't even know if I can get into an RP server, man. my kids got my Rockstar band, and last time I tried to get on 5M, they told me I had to sign into 5M, and I can't because my kids got a band. Fear the Beard? Yeah. Yeah, he's actually, I'm sure he's actually part of my stream team. Stream Smokehouse. Maybe. I have to check. There's so many members, I can't keep them all straight all the time, man. You got over 30-some members.
And I think probably people are probably better prepared than kind of people because, I've always just assumed the Social Security system.
Yeah, Fear the Beard, yeah.
But that,
I thought he was.
initially they were saying, 2035, run out of money. Well, that's only 11 years away.
So here's the thing, I think that's part of the reason young people in particular say
Did you watch any Olympics?
Eddie coming to chat the other day. Oh, that's fucking amazing. It's always amazing, man, when Eddie comes in, dude. I've had Eddie here once as far as I know, man. He gives her this 50 subs. Just kind of low compared to what I've seen he gives to other people, but we'll take it. He was here.
And the worst thing that's going to happen, based on everything I've read and seen, is that what happens is diminished payouts. And probably like at most 25% haircut.
Have you watched?
He's 8 on our top 10 list.
Have you had a chance to watch any of the Olympics?
Nope.
Are you
I
anti?
told you I was going to watch it.
Yep, I know. I didn't know if it slipped in on you. Maybe all of a sudden you just decided to watch women's gymnastics and Simone Biles for like 10 hours straight. You know,
70 to 75% of the money Social Security projects is set up the full amount. That's, in my opinion,
every year I get excited for the Olympics because everybody gets excited for it. Some people do, I should say. And every year after like
He come, damn. I don't know. I got streamers are just my OPS. I got hosted for Action Man one time, and then that's when Eddie was in my stream. Well, actually, Action Man is supposed to be like 4 times, 5 times, something like that.
what's it mean to be hosted by him? Like just be on the stream.
You know, that when they end their stream, they send all their viewers.
Oh, I got you. Yeah. Oh, that's cool. So when that happens, do you just get a ton of people to watch you?
Oh, thousands if it's somebody like Action Man.
Right. So it's almost like drinking from a fire hose. Just trying to have everybody stay and everything. It's so overwhelming amount of people.
Yeah, I try to do my best to say hi to everybody, and thanks for all the follows. It's so hard though when you got that many people.
I definitely see that. That's such a nice feature that some other platforms don't have. I know Twitch has it, but YouTube, to my knowledge, doesn't have it, and it'll be very helpful. And then Twitter doesn't have it either. When you end the Twitter space, it just ends. And it's like you have all this momentum. You can give that to someone. And just, no, see ya.
Thank you, everyone. No, I try to, I'll scroll my list over here, the activity feed, and I'll try to go through and think of all, like, oh, thank you for the follow, man, I appreciate it. When you get 30, 40, 50 of them at a time, you're like, holy fuck, dude.
Right.
See, Action Man to me, he's the go-to kick, man. I've said it a million times, and I'll say it a million more times, man. For that man to take me under his wing like he did, man, and promote the fuck out of me, most of these many times as he has, he should just pull me up on his stream and help him, go chill with him, man. Like,
I like him too.
That man is fucking go, man.
I like him too, and I'm in agreement with you. I think that he, like you would say, he might be the goat of this platform. There are other people who have more numbers than he does, but I believe his numbers more than I believe their numbers. Meaning, his chat is going so quickly. It's
His content See, that's what brings the people there.
Do you remember?
I 100% guarantee you, it's Jacqueline Hyde. When he's on that camera, he's a different person than he is when he's not on that camera.
Oh, interesting. Did you see his
So
out?
like telling you, it's fucking killing it right now, dude.
Did you see Action Man's outreach tour throughout the United States?
Yeah, the Army tour, yeah.
I love that. That to me was the coolest thing I've seen on.
Are we excited for Ice Poseidon's Hunger Games?
A lot of people are. Are you gonna participate?
With the game, yeah, I watched some of it. I ended up going to bed, so I didn't get to see it all. Dude, that first two when they come outside with that first fucking Predator, dude. And like the game was there and all of his fucking people, they were gonna beat the fuck out of that dude, man. They took the RV back, yeah. Not a fan of ice. Ice is stuff. It depends on what he's doing, man. Like the games and shit that he does, I love watching them. I watch, the prison stream. I watch the Fear Factor stream. He's got the Hunger Games one going on. I've watched the Scavenger Hunt. The shit that he does like that is fucking amazing. I love it, man. I'm not gonna lie, a lot of his IRL stuff that he does, I'm not a huge fan of. I don't really. I'd rather watch like Action Man IRL or Crazy Todd or Sando. I don't know who Sando is, but I enjoy watching Sando's IRL as well. Oh yeah, for sure. See, I mean, well, the first catch that he did live, man. I mean, that dude come up and fucking snuff that dude, man. Fucking dude hit the ground so hard, instant blood gushing out of the back of his head, man. Yeah, he didn't actually die. Actually, the cops showed up at the hospital to arrest that guy. Yeah, he was actually talking about it on the street last night.
Westbound side of the 10 states on the freeway to come for the 60 that will be still going for you stretches through downtown. Past the 110 now.
Hey, do you happen to remember a guy who streamed with Action Man known as Cobra, COBBRUBS?
I don't think so. Maybe if I see them.
Okay. He was on that Action Man tour with Mike Smalls and Action Man. And he was streaming on Kick after that tour, and I think he got banned for some reason. And I thought it would be what Kick normally does, which is just ban you for a little bit and then say it's permanent and then let you back. But he hasn't been back since, and I was wondering. I know another guy. His name is Karin, who just recently got his account back. Man, this was a tough ban. He got banned by Kick because he sent someone allegedly a jump scare link, which you can get permanently banned for, which I did not know.
So I planned on sniping Action Man when he was on the RV tour, man. When he went to Mass, but he didn't go to Mass. He ended it in New York City.
Right.
I was going to stream snipe him when he went to Mass, when he went to Boston.
Yeah.
And actually, my intentions were to, when I showed up, when I seen him, the first thing I was going to do is I was going to fucking tackle Tanner.
Hilarious. I could see that. That was a wild trip. I mean, they did a whole bunch of cool stuff. the outreach in the inner city, you got to see, they got to give people a view of what that looks like. And then they went to like farms and got like organic milk and shit. I mean, like in the same day, that, or like within 24 hours of them being.
I think it would have been a little hectic when I first did, because nobody would have realized who I was. But I think after, like, I stood up and actually made TV, I think he would have realized who I was.
Or heard your voice. You have a very.
That would have been all right. You know what I mean?
You have a distinct voice too, which would identify you as well. It's a great voice. Like you're really blessed with that voice. You should know. I've noticed that the more successful streamers, male streamers, all have deeper voices. Action Man, Ice Poseidon.
Fuck, if they did all whoop my ass, it would have been an amazing clip.
Have you ever met any other streamers?
Like in person?
Yeah.
Just like, Asshole King, I met him through a podcast. He actually was pretty close to me.
Oh, tight.
It's called, I've got 420 Army. Kip wanted, but I didn't have it before he started streaming.
Earlier this year.
I did sports mustache with King Dubs.
Oh wow. Earlier this year, it was just a random Sunday, and somebody came in my Telegram, and they're like, "Hey, I'm a streamer, and I want to come to your house." And it's like, all right. If you want to come, that's fine. Where are you coming from? They're like, I'm coming from. They're like, I live in the Sacramento area, and
holy fuck! You said you got work to do today? Holy shit! Hold on, I'm gonna mark that down on the calendar right now. What has got work to do today?
It's July 30th.
On the desk. The problem is you got work to do. You're gonna move so fast. By lunchtime, he's just gonna be sitting back with his feet on his dead board.
So I had somebody come visit me. They came to my room. They got the grand tour, and then we went to a park where I live, and just chilled. And so IRL's cool, but as you know, it just complicates things so much. With
That's my favorite type of content to do is go out in IRL. I fucking love it, man.
You have two cell
I'm
phones?
in the worst place for it, though.
Oh, because of cell phone service?
No, I live in upstate New York. There's nothing here, man.
Gotcha. You've got what is it, the Adirondack?
They're, anything is hours and hours good for me where I live.
Gotcha. Do you know about, I think, I never know how to fucking say this. Kite Gear? The fucking Rockefeller place in upstate New York? No, that's okay. Next time I'm hobnobbing with them, I'll make sure that they do an IRL with you.
I mean, I say it all the time. I'm down to collab with people, man. Always down to collab with people. I'm actually got to try to get to Alabama so we can do a collab with Alabama John and Goals.
Hell yeah. I'm gonna get Alabama John on the podcast. He was on. He was streaming yesterday. I just didn't get a chance to get him. So it's kind of been this interesting strategy that I have. I go find someone who is streaming on Kick and just ask if they want to be on the podcast. Usually they, like I explain to them, 73 questions, there's no pressure, you can skip any question. I'll send you the questions in advance. It takes about 20 minutes, pretty easy. And I'll let them watch the older ones. So, a lot of times people are like, yeah, I'll do it. And then we do this fucking podcast within 20 minutes, and I essentially do the upload, and they have it in their inbox within like 2 hours. It's like the turnover time I'm able to do with these things is pretty quick. So that's how we're able to.
Let's go, man. Build that playlist, buddy.
pump out
How's that for this?
10 of these things.
So you guys know, subs get unlimited TTS, whether we're all IRL streaming or desktop streaming. You get unlimited TTS, and you get song requests, guys.
Have you ever had a sub who has abused that?
That's why it all went to subs.
No, that's what I'm saying. Have you ever had a sub who abused it?
Yes.
Gotcha.
You need that man.
So what happens when you do that? They don't get their money back, do they? That's a bullshit thing. I will tell you this right now. If I give to you and I'm just saying hypothetically, and you ban me, I don't get my money back. That's horseshit. I get it. I get that's how it goes. And if anything, you can do a chargeback on $5 if you want to go that route. That's cool. But yeah, I mean, that's just how it is. The money's already spent.
You don't be a cool person and then get a sub and become a douchebag.
Oh yeah. No, I'm not saying you don't deserve it. But, there's no guarantee basically either. They're like, okay, I've done.
That's what I'm saying. That's not whoever want to be a dumbass. Exactly. Because we have like other commands and stuff that people use that are subs that pop stuff on the screen and stuff. And that's what he would do. He would just spam them. Man.
Gotcha.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, that's annoying as fuck. The TTS is the one too. That can get
I love TTS, man. I wish people would use more TTS.
I wish it was a default.
Especially like when I'm out.
Oh yeah.
Stores and shit. I love when we use TTS, man.
I do too. I wish it was a default on the Kick platform that you could just put a little. You could just make a selection and everything is TTS. And you could just turn it off. To me, it doesn't make any sense that Kick has to rely on these third-party bots to do all this stuff. That should, in my opinion, be integrated into their software. It's such a helpful thing. And also, they're not the only people who need to do this. Of anybody who needs to do it, it's YouTube.
Unless you have racial shit. And they don't really have to lead it and give you a warning. And if you do it, get your out of here.
I would expect YouTube to have TTS. Just like within their software, they don't. Twitch doesn't. Kick doesn't. But it's such a nice feature. It's like I don't understand why everybody just doesn't have that. Yeah, I love TTS. I have
Papers. Papers can't roll a joint, guys. It's back another place, huh?
It is what it is. The sacrifice you have to make. I mean, you lived in the days where you had to have a dealer, and you couldn't do any of this publicly. You remember how this shit was? Some guy at fucking Burger King parking lot to do some kind of fucking illegal shit, and now you're living in a world where freedom. You've seen it all. People will ask you in the future about your experiences. You're gonna be like a lead historian. They'll make one of those documentaries in the future, and you'll be like a Ken Burns documentary, like they did on the Civil War, or they did on jazz. They'll do it on 420 culture, and you'll be sitting there getting interviewed.
When I first started streaming, I couldn't smoke on stream because it wasn't legal where I live. So my camera was off more than it was on.
I definitely can see that. Just a moment. I'll get another call in Discord. Yo. How can I help you? I think this is somebody who's pocket dialed me. Yo, Brad, are you there?
Pocket dialing on Discord.
Yeah, actually, this is a real person. What's going on, Brad? What are you doing? What's going on? Yeah, I can hear. No, dude, I'm good. I appreciate that, though. Thank you for the opportunity. Let me ask my friend. Hey, are you interested in doing just an impromptu Bitcoin agreement right now in the middle of a Discord call, or you want to pass? Yeah, I think we're gonna pass on it, dog. The best wishes to you, Brad. We hope the best for your future. Okay. We wish you the best. You take care, Brad. Okay. Yeah, we're not interested. So take care, my friend. Well, that was the chance of a lifetime that we're kissing away. But I just don't normally take my financial information from random Discord calls. I'm sure I've turned down some great opportunities. It just seems like a prudent way to move forward by just rejecting them. Apologies for that. I didn't know who was calling me.
You can hear me never say yes. I just said it. Don't clip that. Cheers, everybody.
Into the commentators on Fox. He's just smarter than they are. Well, he's smarter than most people out there. He's just good. We still bring him back. So anyway, I think you're going to see a lot more people. He's sort of in the running, but now, okay, enough of that. Let's go ahead and take a break and jump in. A whole lot of many stories. Navy, live in the game by 24-hour news.
The U.S. Coast Guard has stopped searching for a missing swimmer off the coast of Huntington Beach.
I got a challenge for you.
Number one job in the U.S.
About 24 hours after
Yeah.
he failed to make it back to shore.
It's the number one job in the U.S.
Sophomore year at Huntington Beach High School. The fire that started around noon yesterday in Riverside County has quickly grown to 3,700 acres in Waka.
Are you ready to take another hit?
Evacuation orders have been issued for several
Another hit?
Yep. I've got a challenge for you. Okay, when you take this hit, how long do you normally hold the hit for?
So technically, I don't know if you know or not, but it doesn't matter if you hold it in for 2 seconds or 10 seconds. It doesn't do anything when you lack of oxygen as long as you hold it in.
Okay, so that makes sense to me because it always seemed like I would get higher that way, but generally it was because of lack of oxygen in my head.
Yeah, pretty much.
Oh, all right. So then, basically, if you want to get the most amount in, it's just as much as you can get in that first hit, and not what you hold.
Yeah, I mean, once the smoke hits your lungs, it automatically absorbs it. You don't have to continue to hold it.
All right. Well, that wasn't my game. Hell yeah. You don't know until you know.
Pass to the ball or just going around with your buddies. You hit it, you hold it until it comes back to you.
There you go. Yeah, thinking that that's going to get you higher. That you're going to feel it in your fingertips.
Right.
This report brought to you by your Amazon Fresh Groceries.
Feel good, man.
That's slowing in Mission Hills on the 405.
I get started going yesterday. I gotta go get a gas bill actually. I forgot. You need to get the breath right so you don't have a heart attack. When you OD on it, you get the final breath. Oh yeah, Timon. I still do that sometimes. Like if I'm drinking, I'll take a hit and then fucking chug stuff of whatever I'm drinking or something, and then exhale it.
Hell yeah.
I do still do that sometimes, man.
on your Alexa or wherever you listen. Push notifications for live updates from Paris. iHeartRadio.
Do you have to burp afterward?
Easy coverage of the 2024 Paris Olympics.
Sometimes. Depends on what we're drinking.
Gotcha.
Podcasts all in one. Discover a new podcast from our library of over entitled Here's an iHeartRadio podcast preview.
Welcome to the Criminalia podcast. Ollie from Rick and Mitch Rabbi.
Together, we're exploring the margins of history, and specifically the intersection of history and true crime.
Our first season of the show is
You're the only thing getting me burped for real. I don't really drink carbonated drinks, so anything carbonated, man.
They've been amplified, they're falsely accused, and often just misunderstood time and time again.
Yeah, it's on the back of the package, grasshopper. On the back of it.
Voices heard, and sometimes they do it through murder. The voice has often been called a woman's weapon, and that's despite the fact that we're two-thirds of the about history. So Maria and I wanted to
we did Smart Driver for 6 hours just today.
women accused of using poison for nefarious means, try to figure out their motivations and see what patterns develop. So they
That guy's today was going for a whole surgery.
Was she a killer, or was she just ambitious enough to seem automatically suspicious?
How many hours a day do you try to stream?
prevented by arsenic was just rat
Many
poison.
as I can.
Gotcha.
It was men doing most of the killing through poison at the time.
So a 1920 Chicago case where Tilly Clinic is given a much harsher sentence than Bayer. Similar sheets.
So the takeaway is if you're going to commit crime, be cute about it.
Yes.
Some of these women absolutely were guilty, but some of them were probably labeled as criminals when that was not the case. All of them were
Society's lens as sitting at this often sensationalized intersection of being both killers and the third sex.
and how many were truly villains, and how many were just misunderstood. Join us on Criminalia as we untangle their stories on the iHeartRadio app, Apple Podcasts, or wherever it is you
Listen and follow this podcast for free on the iHeartRadio app. #1 for music, radio, and podcasts all in one.
There's going to be a brand new cemetery, and there hasn't been an open public cemetery created in the last 130 years.
It's expected to be completed by 2027.
How long does it take them to put together a cemetery? A Tim Conway Jr. show. I can make my front yard cemetery tonight by about 8:30.
Live 4 to 7 p.m. on KFI and on demand anytime on the iHeartRadio app. Tuesday, July 30th. Is July 30th or 31st? Always.
31.
31. Right, August 1. Jeez, please. My birthday, August. I think I'm going to take the entire month off because people take the day not off on my birthday. You know, everybody takes birthday weeks off. Birthday week, I think it's completely insane.
They do not.
Okay, I do. I mean, I'm taking out my birthday week.
Going on vacation.
Personally, for my birthday.
Go back.
Hey-o.
Go back.
Hey-o.
They couldn't get to the books, so.
Okay, back we go. We're on the news with Amy and me.
Well, there was some calm early.
Screaming gibberish, yeah, what is that shit, man?
In Venezuela, protests have broken out in several cities after authoritarian leader Nicolas.
Maybe their cats walking on their keyboard. I don't know. Well, it's a couple different languages there, so
Presidential election.
Of course,
I don't know.
he is.
Somebody's pretty damn bored, man.
But,
I know. We got a lot of nights here. Sorry.
His choices too was on.
We get high as fuck though. Cheers.
Hey-o.
You know, the main guy who was running was not allowed to be on the ballot. The decision by the election commission that the main candidate, the opposition, couldn't even be on the ballot. So now you have the stand-in who, in fact, hasn't had won the election. I mean, there's no question. It's overwhelming support for opposition. Of course, Maduro won. You know, he was going to win coming out of my water. So, you know, strong man once again. And by the way, Maduro, Chavez before him, had systematically
20 minutes till the phone starts, guys.
Hey, then you're gonna go deliver.
Yeah.
Excellent. Do you use an iPhone or an Android?
I use Android.
There you go.
I have a Samsung S22 Ultra and a Samsung S24.
Wow. Those are pretty advanced phones. Good on you. I've watched your delivery. Your quality of your stream is excellent.
Yeah, I never really loved it.
Do you find that you get more people who watch you when you're doing IRL or when you're at your desktop?
When I'm at my desktop, way more people talking when I'm sitting at my desk.
Very interesting. So even though perhaps it's more interesting what you're doing because you're out in the field, perhaps, because I think what you do is cool too. You get more people because you're at your desk, more interaction. I can see that. You're easier to contact. You're a really easy person to contact when it comes to a stream. You don't have any time on your followers, so people can just randomly come in and say hi. You have a very open and available Discord, so you're easy to contact, and you're always there streaming. So you're like it's almost like a natural to want to talk to you.
Yeah, I need to get back on that 400 hours a month that I was doing.
400 hours in a month?
Yeah.
Wow. That's like
back on that grind again.
Wow. Now, when you do that, you make a lot of money through the KCIP.
Yes, you do.
Excellent.
I know it's about. That's back when we was actually streaming every waking minute of life, man. Everywhere we went, everything we did, you guys were doing that. We need to get back to that again, man.
What stops you?
I don't know. I just sometimes my phone is too dead.
Sure.
Depending on where I go, some places don't have good service and whatnot, and I figured that out and stuff like that. So,
do you ever gamble on here?
Yes.
Do you have to gamble to be a part of the KCIP?
No.
Oh, okay. And when you gamble, do they give you like a certain amount of credits with which to gamble, or you have to use your own money?
So I can't play stakes because of where I live, but there's a few other sites that I can play.
Okay.
And they don't really give me a free dollar every day, and I just play that dollar.
Oh, okay.
Occasionally I might throw a few bucks on it, but not a lot. I'm way past what I've ever put in. So.
Oh, that's great. That's really great.
Yeah.
So if they change the law so that you can just stake where you live, do you think you'll do it?
Oh, 100%.
And stake owns kick, right?
Yeah, they're the ones that are back.
Exactly. It looks cool. I mean, I watch people just stake all the time, and I should say some of the things are cool. Other things are kind of boring. But I don't know. I watch people do these slots, and it's like that's kind of boring to me. But when people play like I don't know, blackjack and stuff like that, that's pretty cool to me.
Yeah, I like the slots. They get exciting sometimes.
Oh, all right. I watch them, and they're just sometimes confusing to me. Like what's a winner and what's not. Sometimes it's like I would think, you have to have three of the same kind of cross, but no, they have all kinds of different things on them. So maybe I just have to watch them a little more.
Yeah, it depends on what you play.
They're very hypnotizing. Where you just watch the things going, like it lulls you into this state. Wow. I just watched somebody win a fucking jackpot. Good on them. It was Miko Man. Whoever this person is. So the sites that you use, you do slots? Oh, here we go.
Yeah, I hit a max win.
All right, this is like similar to the kind of slot machines
Yeah,
I've
what up,
seen.
man? What's up, music?
Usually 14,000 members of reunions said they would go on strike if they didn't get higher wages. They were also
All right, here we go.
changes to seniority, changes to attendance.
Oh yeah, this one is one of those that has a lot going on. Where you're doing diagonals and stuff.
Story, I think, last year about, and it was a significant percentage of people who were physically and were on food stamps. And it was a little tough. It was not a wonderful story.
Yeah, $800, man.
Boo. That's okay.
That's okay.
You're still up overall.
Costco, Trader Joe's, where they pay really good wages, or In-N-Out, where you get benefits across the board. That's Disney's reputation. So,
Real Kingdom. Here we are,
folks.
Hot to burn multipliers. Straight savage.
senior cast members, I haven't been to Disneyland.
Yeah, he says that.
All right.
Drinking the house? Hell yeah, man.
Lots of
Lots of
promise on
promise
that
on
one.
that one. So getting new premiums for cast members. I'm wondering what those are. Because you know that when you work at Disney, you get certain benefits, you get discounts, certain discounts, perks. That sounds odd. No, discounts on a lot of stuff.
Yeah, I get 20 cents. I think it was 20 cents during that year. The match winner was $600.
Whoa. Huge payout.
It's also Stitch themed. Lady in the Tramp themed. Coco.
Rabbi slept less.
I slept less.
I don't think Rabbi sleeps.
I go all day, every day. I got this Leonardo da Vinci kind of sleep pattern where I'm up for like 4 hours. I'll take an hour nap, then I'm up for like another 4 hours, like an hour nap. And it's just how it is. Keep that grind going. But I do fall asleep. I do get that sleep in. But sometimes it's in the middle of the day because my hours switch. Do you ever stream at night? I've seen you stream at night, I think. Right? Yeah. Just rare though. I think it's smart of you when you stream because you're just very predictable. You're very consistent. If I say like who would be guaranteed to be streaming right now, and there's 3 people, you're one of them. Amaranth, Nikki too. Like every single day, those people are always going. There are other people too. Pardon me? Yeah. That's true. But she was just on. I know because I was family. The poor thing. Yeah, she goes all night.
She does.
That's super cool.
Yeah, that means Grasshopper was awake all day.
He's a regular in her chat.
Not Grasshopper. He said he was up in the morning, which means he didn't sleep last night.
Oh, right.
The photo was taken during Trump's attempted assassination in Pennsylvania. Meta officials say the labeling was an accident, as systems were meant to detect.
Let's fucking go, guys. What is everybody smoking on this morning?
Secret Service agents spun that one was altered. Meta says its tagging has been fixed and it apologized for the mistake. The men's Olympic triathlon has been postponed due to concerns the river set. Heavy rains battered Paris over the weekend, made the water unsafe for athletes. Officials say they're working on a plan to clean up the river so it can be used for the games. They say if water levels don't improve by
You're gonna quit cigarettes or try again? Fuck yeah, Dark Bro. Hell yeah. Got it, man.
we'll check some problems on the 15th.
Jerry Banger live sugar. Dude, that shit sounds good as fuck, yeah, bro.
Yes, it does.
Just damn the bubba, huh?
Do you ever golf?
Yeah.
How about mini golf?
Been a long time.
There you go.
Invested in your walls already. Yeah. Let me suggest contacting the Pacific Coast Termite. They're going to give you a free home business.
Pretty damn good. It sounds like it's pretty damn good, man.
No, you don't have termites. Costing anything, so no harm, no foul. What do? And then let's get to work.
The phone's almost charged, you guys.
Termites without tenting. I have tenting. Don't want to do that. You don't have to. It is a god-awful mess. No tenting with Pacific Coast Termites. Believe me, it's a much better way.
I think it's really cool that as a deliverer you can stream and people can follow along with you. And I think it's a major benefit of doing delivery as opposed to doing rideshare, where you're not allowed to. At least to my knowledge, you know.
I tried to get back into the local cab company, man, because I was going to live stream my cab.
That would be huge. What did they say?
Oh, yeah, they were all for it. I could have done it if I would have got the job. But right now, they're trying to figure out driver situations and shit like that. They got people fighting over cars. They got good drivers.
I imagine so. Yeah, the new.
Flavor and tobacco has just made it harder to quit. I mean, I've just been smoking for a long time, so it's hard, man. I can set this down. It's crazy. I can set weed down and walk away from it, and I'm straight, man. But the cigarette, it's like, nah, man, I need that fucking cigarette.
Do you where you live have to deal with all that New York City cab medallion bullshit?
You know, I live like 5 hours away from the city.
So, at least in New York City, I think, like a cab medallion is like $200,000 to $500,000 a year. You don't have to deal with any of that. It's like more affordable to be a cab driver. Okay, cool.
Yeah, here, all the cabs are owned by a cab company. They got their insurance, all that shit. They hire you on. You just have to go get a chauffeur's license.
Oh, okay. I gotcha. Isn't that something that you need a chauffeur's license for that? But for Uber and Lyft, you don't. And even though it's like exactly the same thing, it's just, in my opinion, a loophole that Uber and Lyft were able to. A loophole that Uber and Lyft were able to exploit and basically monopolize the industry.
I've never done Uber or Lyft. I've never owned a vehicle that's good enough to be able to do that shit. So.
Well, yeah, that's another thing for the delivery. They don't care what you show up in, and they don't care if you live shit. So that's how you fuck.
THC disposables are nice, man. There used to be a lot of fake ones going around back in the day, but you don't see that so much anymore, man. I mean, some of them are fake from what they say they are, but there's still a real product inside of it. Uber Eats when it first come out, 40 an hour, so let's fucking go, man. I use Park Driver, and I make roughly $25 to $30 an hour.
Is that covering your gasoline and wear and tear on your vehicle?
Yeah, I put about $10 in gas a day. Go for about $10 gas a day.
Oh, that's not bad. You said you had a Ford Focus?
Yeah.
So it's pretty good on gas. But $10 in gas a day isn't bad at all. Plus, if I'm not mistaken, you're still earning when you're streaming, right? You're still earning through the KCIP while you're streaming, right? Oh, that's cool. May I ask, how long did it take you to get KCIP?
Yeah, I was kind of blown away that I did.
How long did it take you? Straight Savage. How long did it take you to get KCIP?
We got KCIP 4 months ago.
How long did it take you though to get it?
Oh, a little over a year.
Okay. Would you say that's average?
I mean, maybe for a smaller streamer.
Okay.
Song request? Yeah, I'll throw it on for you. Normally we only have song requests for steps. I got you, man. You can throw it for you.
They should do it and should do the triathlon swim followed by the diarrhea. And I think it's
There you go, man.
phenomenal.
They'll play next.
Yeah, by the way, good choice of words. You have that one story. Okay.
Such as song request and unlimited TTS. It doesn't matter whether we're IRL streaming or if we're desktop streaming. You get unlimited TTS.
Association from holding a paid position with the NRA for the next 10 years. But he also said that he's not going to appoint an independent monitor to look into the gun rights groups fighting.
We gotta get back on the IRL shit too, man. I wanna get out and do some walk around and shit like that.
And suggested that outside oversight would be time.
The kid's been at me about wanting to go fishing, so we're probably gonna be doing an IRL fishing stream here soon.
Come on. Outside monitoring being issued, orders being issued constantly into organizations and corporations, etc.
You know, I didn't think about this, but that's super cool. You've got these memories with your family for the rest of the time. You know, like I'm sure so many people. I wish I had fishing streams from when I would go with my grandparents or whatever. You know, like, you
I
have.
gotta get data for my hotspot too. If we go out and do a 4-wheeler ride one of these weekends too, man.
Oh wow! And it transmits pretty well.
It doesn't do bad. It gets breaks up a little bit in certain spots, but it doesn't do bad, man.
Cool. I'd imagine that's pretty good because it's rural. So
We're out way out in the middle of nowhere, man. No, let's go. We're 2 miles down a dirt road in the middle of nowhere, man.
Oh wow!
Yeah.
Well, you have very good internet at least in your house. You've never.
Well, that's not where I live. That's at my brother's house.
Oh, okay.
I'm not as far out as he is. But he actually gets fiber optic internet at his house. I don't.
Oh wow! So he has very fast internet.
It's decent sometimes. Yeah, I hate living in town, man. I moved out here almost 3 years ago now. But we were looking to buy a house, man. And I wasn't settling for anything under 2 acres, man.
Okay.
Couldn't ride 4-wheelers, so I wanted a little bit of land for us to always be able to ride 4-wheelers if we wanted. So we ended up buying this house for 5 acres.
Oh wow!
House. So
Good on you, man. Getting that piece of the American dream.
yes, sir. Well, like I've always said, I'm not going to have much to leave my kids. The one thing I am going to have is this house and land, you know, so.
That's phenomenal. What do you mean you're not going to be able to leave it much? Everyone on Earth would want such a wonderful thing to inherit. Land? It's amazing. A house? You're taking care of
It's
them.
better than money. Yeah, always increases in value, man.
It's really one of those assets out there that you can't make more of. It's limited, so it will always have a value.
Ever heard this song in a minute? I don't know if I've ever heard it, but we're actually going to add it for that song.
So this is Kim Jong-un's preteen daughter, who's already been chosen. Let me do one more story.
Okay, this is big news that has
Okay, great.
blood.
Appreciate it, man.
A new study shows that a blood test can determine whether you have Alzheimer's accuracy right now. So,
So guys, if you're new here and you're enjoying the vibes and just chilling, man, make sure you go ahead and smash that follow button, guys. Join the Discord up as well. We're always active in the Discord. So I appreciate that follow, man.
If you haven't had a chance to check out Straight Savage's Discord, it's one of the best Discords you're going to see. It's very organized. Check it out. It's something to see.
No, I think you got a problem, buddy. Wake up. Join today's world, motherfucker. Here we go. Cheers, everybody.
Hey,
Morning, Dad. Normally do a dad first, but I just been doing a dad. So here we go. Eat it up. Let's do a dad, man.
bing, bang, boom.
There it is. Cheers. Back Miller, let's go.
So 10 years ago, I had the life source house water filtration system installed in my
Hey, what's going on, Orion?
Yo, what up, dog?
Dude, do you know Straight Savage?
No, I don't know Straight Savage.
Straight Savage is the number one.
Is this that other streamer you was telling me about?
No, this is a friend of mine. We met, I think, on Discord not too long ago. But Orion is definitely a purveyor of the same hobbies that you have. And so you guys definitely have that in
This one
common.
is 420 plus shipping. This is the Bucko Peak, bro, and it's the fucking white one, so.
Oh, hey, is that for Dab, bro?
Yeah.
I seen those, and I've looked at them at smoke shops, like picked them up, looked at them and seen them, and while they seem like a very, very nice piece to have, very efficient smoking concentrates, it was just too far out of my price range at
So,
that time.
the Pro allows you to connect it to your phone, Bluetooth, you can control everything through your phone. But you could buy the regular Puffco Peak for just under $200. And it's all just controlled by a button, and that's how I control mine anyways. I don't control it through the app on my phone.
I feel ya. No more butane, no more torches, you know?
Right? Yeah.
Yeah, so if the one he got is just under $200,
Now this one is 420 plus shipping.
oh yeah, dude, this right here, 200 or 250 for the bong, when it was brand new, right?
So yeah, I paid 200 for this one.
Yeah, nice glass bong, yeah, beaker style bong.
Diamond glass.
Dude, this thing is so fucking thick. Like, this is just a mouthpiece, right? But the fucking glass itself,
They want me to smash
it's
it.
like a third
They
of
want
an
me to
inch
smash
thick.
it on stream because it's my favorite bong. They want me to smash it, man. I told them 100 gifted, man. They do it all at one time. I don't care if it's between 5 people, 10 people. If they all get together and they gift 100 all at one time, we'll smash the ball. We'll take it out back and use it as a baseball bat or something.
Hey, bro. straight savage. I just realized what's in your background. I have to say, I got 3 cats myself. I got a couple of cat stains, and I got a couple of pets too. They're not in the same room. No, I don't trust my cats like that. Oh yeah, so pretty older cat, chill. Do you get
only 7 months?
Oh, only 7? Oh. All right. So she's an adolescent. Does she chew on your plants?
Yeah.
Do you give her other plants to chew on yourself?
Yeah.
No. You must never leave your utensil.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, I did it right now.
Really?
They're over here.
Oh, hey, man, I've seen so much weed in my time. Oh, hey, hey! You're doing what I wanted to do of hooking up a camera inside my tent.
That's amazing.
Yeah, that's cool. That's cool.
That is cool. That's fuck. Good on you, man.
Yeah, you can do a command in the chat and then just switch it over to that in a couple seconds. Their photos.
Yeah, photos. Dude, alright, so autos are only good if you want the medium yield fast. The small to medium yield fast. Right?
Autos only save you about a month of road time.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, that's what I figured too.
But
Yeah.
what you're going to produce out of an auto compared to a photo isn't even like normally had. So for that extra month, you're going to get a fuck ton more flour from a photo.
Mm-hmm. Exactly. What I was just saying is you're going to have a small to medium yield from an auto, while a fucking photo period just much longer, right? Yeah.
pH.
Yeah. Photo period. Yeah. Is my mic cutting out a lot?
I was talking to Grant over here.
Oh. Oh, okay.
I'm live right now. So.
Okay, all right. Now I got it. All right, so I literally talked with my wife about it the other day. I was like, the only thing autoflowers do is they give you 1 extra month. That's it. 8 weeks of flower. Well, sorry, veg. Then 8 weeks of flower. Right, approximately 8 weeks of flower. It varies strain to strain. But veg types, you can keep them around the same time as long as the plants are the same size, right? Where your canopies are the same height and whatnot. Dude, I was this close to switching to autoflowers because this is my 3rd grow. I was so close to switching to autoflowers for my 4th grow, but then, did all that math, thought about it, yields and all that, and like, while you do have a slightly faster turnaround, the yields is simply ain't worth it. The only thing autoflowers in my area would be good for is growing outside during the summertime. Because I live in, I think it's Guardian Zone 6 or something like that.
Photos will stay in a veg state until you actually change your life cycle to put them into a flower cycle.
Yeah.
Autos, it doesn't matter what the life cycle is, it'll fucking flower when it's ready to flower, and there's no stopping.
It's genetically engineered to flower on its own, an autoflower. And up here, we don't go under 12/12 until mid-October, and it's already snowing. It's already frosty. So when your plants start to flower, there's ice, and it's going to kill the plant if it's outside. Photo period, that is. An autoflower, if planted early in the spring, right when the temperature gets right there, which would be.
Like if you're doing outside grows, you're going to get one photo outside grow compared to the approximate 3 auto grows.
Well, for me, it's maybe 2, but definitely 1. Your second grow is not going to yield as much as your first outdoor grow with autos.
Right, depending on where you live, yes.
Yeah.
That's why I say possible 3. I could probably get 2 where I live. Javon is more likely probably possibly get 3 where he lives compared to me. But yeah, that's the only advantage to growing an auto is you get more growth per year. But in the end, is your yield going to be more? Probably not.
I have a buddy that grows straight autoflowers. He's harvesting pretty regularly, though. Like, has it on a schedule where one's ready, like.
They probably got a cycle going.
Yeah,
have weeks to replant and going.
I would say it's once a month. He's harvesting and replanting. He hasn't set up. But that's his preference, right? He doesn't mind putting in that extra work for all that. Me, I'm taking the photo period because of the bigger yields, the more versatility of the plant through the vegetation stage, and then the final yields. Dude, there's just something about only growing a plant for 4 to 5 months and then only getting like an ounce or 2 out of it. It's like you invest all this time, all this effort, all this money, this electricity, all this stuff, and all for what? Just for a couple ounces?
Yes.
Yeah.
Well, and if you went a month longer, you could fucking quadruple.
Yeah, dude.
Or more.
I'm pushing. I know I have over a pound in my tent for the floor plants right now. I've without a shadow of doubt, there's over a pound. Whether it's 2 pounds, if it's 2 pounds, I will be extremely surprised. I will be like, oh my gosh, how did I do this on my first
How are you growing? Like, are you growing hydro? Are you growing in dirt?
Oh, okay. So I'm using a cocoa medium, so I'll tell you the recipe. So cocoa, perlite, worm castings, Gaia Green 444, Gaia Green 284. So I pre-amended my soil with, when I pre-amended my soil, I added mycorrhiza to it as I was mixing everything up. So mycorrhiza is present through the whole entire grow medium. And then when I planted the plants, I put a tad bit of extra mycorrhiza around where I put the seed in, right? Covered it, watered it, let it grow.
Jamon's loving this right now.
So, yeah, I started my soil from scratch, so I know what's in it, like down to the amount of water, right? Like I could tell you, like I can't tell you right off the top of my head. I'd have to go down and write down all my times I fertilized and add all that up. But I could tell you down to the gram of how much fertilizer and how much worm castings and whatnot I have in my soil medium, right? Per container. Like I could tell you exactly, like because that's the route I wanted to take is to figure it out from a scientific method, because like I knew I was gonna make mistakes growing. My first grow was jack shit compared to this. My plants were only 18 inches, 2 feet high.
Do you have a worm farm? I'm not sure. Do you have a worm farm?
Me? No. I know how to make them though. Worm farms, you know, it's pretty easy. You obviously put stuff on the ground that encourages worms, like coffee grounds, whatnot. And you just get them concentrated in an area. Like, what is the coffee grounds? You can also do worm calling. You ever do that? I never
Yeah,
have.
you just throw a tarp or something out on the ground, man. An old piece of carpet, man. Let it sit for a few days. Go out there, pick it up. We got all kinds of work.
Yeah, put some fucking coffee grounds underneath that carpet and you'll fucking quadruple the amount of worms underneath there. There's several tactics, but no, I don't specifically worm farm. I don't own this piece of property.
Where I live, you got to be careful lifting it up, though, because there might be snake under there that you don't want to be.
Copperhead.
Oh yeah, copperhead, rattlers, yeah, but.
Yeah, no, I'm all the way up here in Minnesota, so it's like I don't have to deal with any of those poisonous spiders. But what I do have to deal with, and I have dealt with in the past, is bears.
No way. What kind?
Dude, all right, about a month ago, my wife and I, it's Friday night, I'm drinking, smoking, having a great time. My wife is sitting, relaxing by the fire. About 11:15 at night, I'm like, I'm fucking hungry. So I started grilling a steak. Right?
Okay.
Right? My wife and I eat the steak together. And then it's about midnight, right? We're sitting back by the fire and I hear a snorting from the woods. I look at her and I tell her, I'm like, there's something in the woods.
Right.
So my high and drunk ass gets my flashlight, my big ass 100,000 lumen flashlight. I start shining it into the fucking woods, and like I'm hearing this thing walk towards us, right? And I say to my wife, why are they walking towards us? Because in my head I'm like, these are deer, and like normally they're skittish, but they're like fucking coming towards us.
Right.
I'm like, why are they coming towards us? And right as I said that, right out loud, this bear came out from around the fucking corner of the foliage, popped out, right? You could see the silhouette. My wife, she shot up out of her chair before this bear could even turn his head and look at me. But as soon as it turned his head and looked at me, which was within a second of his silhouette popping out, so it turned its head and looked at me. And when I saw the glow of its eyes, that's when it looked at me. That's when I was like, we got to get inside.
Definitely.
Running. My wife wasn't even to the door. She hadn't even opened up the door yet by the time I was at the door. And I was pulling the door open, pushing her inside, shutting it, getting the bear mace, closing up all the fucking curtains, doing the cat out the window. And we left it, everything outside, like phones, all my weed shit, drinks, we left everything besides ourselves outside.
Did the bear eat your weed?
No, the bear ran off.
Oh, okay.
We grabbed the bear mace, and my wife grabbed her gun. And I had her sitting at the door with the gun, and I went outside with the bear mace to get our shit to get back inside about 5 minutes later, and the bear was gone. So after I got all the stuff and brought it inside, I sat back outside and I'm just sitting there, standing there, listening, and the bear was long gone. We stepped back outside, finished our fire, and the bear never came back up that night. But during the remainder of the fire, it was different. It was, we were more skittish of what was around, and we still haven't even had a full fire outside yet. We haven't sat outside.
Right. That would make me skittish as well. What kind of bear is it? What kind of bear was it?
It was a black bear.
Okay.
And it wasn't, so I've seen in videos bigger black bears than this. This thing has to have been not even 5 years old.
Okay.
It wasn't a full-grown male grizzly bear. It couldn't have been. The thing was the size of a large Rottweiler.
Oh wow. Okay.
Yeah. When I look back on it, if I really had to, I wouldn't want to fight it, but I probably could have gotten it in a rear naked chokehold, right? Yeah. If I really needed to.
Yeah, Doug, I don't know if you want to have a black bear in a rear naked chokehold, but if you do, that's the position you want to have.
Yeah. rear naked chokehold, and then with my legs, I'm holding back its hind legs where it can't bring him up and like put him underneath my arms and scrape, right? Because you know how bears can fucking scratch their head with their rear feet, right?
Let's go.
Definitely.
Anyways, that's enough yapping out of me.
You're good.
You're good. Lions bring you shit. Yeah, don't turn your back to them motherfuckers. Shit.
Mountain lions?
Yeah.
Yeah. I'm more scared of big cats because, like, dude, now up until about a month ago, I had never seen a bear that close to person. Like, I saw one running across the road as we're driving, and that was it. You know, only saw him from a distance about a month ago. You know, it almost had a personal encounter, you know, with it. But I've always known I'll hear a bear before I see the bear. Like, I'll hear it before I see it. Like, I've always known that, and lo and behold, we heard it before we saw it. But, mountain lions and bobcats aren't that bad of a problem, but mountain lions, you won't hear them. They'll stalk you.
Right.
They'll pounce on your back and sever your spinal cord. They'll bite you on the back of the neck first and just kill you. Drag you off by your neck.
Yeah, normally you don't see mountain lions. We have them here too. You're not really that populated here yet. They're just starting to come into our area over the last couple of years. But yeah, we got them as well, man.
Yeah, they're not too bad around here. Dude, it's the coyotes.
We got lots of them as well, coyotes, man.
Dude, first winter living out here, about 10 o'clock at night, after the sun would go completely all the way down, it's completely dark, on a completely still night, no wind, you could hear the coyotes howling back and forth, following the river.
Look at it. You hear them every night out here where I live.
Dude, it's eerie. It's like you don't want to walk in the woods alone.
May I?
How you doing this morning?
May I please share my favorite coyote fact? I think this is so fascinating. I learned from that coyote guy, Joe Rogan. But basically,
my stepdad shot a coyote when I was a kid, and me and my dad were out hunting. One time, my dad shot a coyote.
wow. How big was it?
They're about the size of a bigger dog.
Okay.
They're not like massive, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Not like a massive or.
They're a little bit. I'd say a little bit smaller than like a lab.
So we were. I heard this story or this fact about coyotes. When one dies, it actually causes the coyote pack to get larger because they do that howling as a roll call. And when they find out that one of the coyotes isn't howling, it causes the females to menstruate more and essentially produce more coyotes. And so if you kill one, it's like not that effective because it means they're just going to increase the population naturally.
Yeah, so essentially what you're describing is coyotes kind of have like a symbiotic relationship with each other where when one's body is affected, it creates a change within the others as a pack that they, like a symbiotic signal or whatever, cellular signal to the other, that signifies, hey, we're now down in numbers, we need to go up.
Right. And they're in every state. They've expanded everywhere. They're in New City. They're in New York City. It's incredible. I see it all the time.
Adaptable.
Yeah, coyotes are everywhere, man. And also we have around here that people don't even know that they're even real, man. We have fisher cats.
What is a fisher cat?
It's a weasel-looking thing, man. They're fucking super aggressive, dude. They'll literally attack anything.
Oh, they'll attack a human?
Oh, yeah.
Oh man, I'm gonna have to look this up. I've never heard of this animal.
Yeah, Fisher cat. I'm looking this up right now.
It's more like a big weasel, man.
Yeah. Looks like a Wolverine or honey badger kind of.
Yeah, kind of like a honey badger, yeah.
And people get
Very,
injured
very
by them?
aggressive. That's very aggressive.
And people get injured by them?
It says on here, why do Fisher cats scream at night? So I'm guessing people have been walking through the woods and then all of a sudden they hear what sounds like a woman screaming.
Yeah.
And then, dude, that would be creepy as fuck.
What
and then
in
it's
the
just
fuck?
a fucking weasel.
What in the
Yeah,
fuck is this?
that motherfucker will jack you too, dude. Bobcats do the same thing, though. Bobcats sounds like baby small children.
Mm-hmm. No, cats, large predatory cats, actually mimic the sounds of their prey to draw them in. They're like parrots.
Fucking Rabbi.
Hey-o. The one, the only. Hey, if I can do a quick plug, check out Rabbi Rothschild podcast, especially episode number 3, starring Straight Savage. We go through 73 questions at rapid fire pace. It's a really easy listen. Check it out if you can. Thank you.
I think we got 3 words of that whole thing, Rabbi.
Apologies.
So, Rabbi, why is your name Rothschild?
That's not my last name. That's a different lineage.
Are you
Oh, we're all related somehow. Oh yeah. There are 5,000 Rothschilds, not even the Rothschilds in the United States alone.
So the other night, it was real windy, and can't remember why I went out to my garage, but I went out to my garage, and the trees are blowing back and forth.
Song request? Stop your song request. And you get unlimited TTS.
These trees were blowing in the wind, right? Creaking. And one of the trees creaked in just the right way that it sounded like a woman saying help. And it creeped me the fuck out.
Oh yeah.
I knew it was a tree because I could hear it creaking, and then like the wind blew, and then did its little things where stuff goes back, and then I heard another gust come through, and that's when it happened. And I knew instantly it was a tree. So, but it made me realize like the reason why people mistake like skinwalkers and shit like that. It's things like the fucking Fisher cat and bobcats and trees blowing in the wind that sound like people screaming for help.
Wow, I'm looking at what this thing looks like, and it's a ferocious little animal. Look at by the looks of it. Could mess you up. Wow. Learn something every day, folks. Orion, have you watched any of the Olympics?
You're cutting in and out. What'd you say?
All right. Later, guys.
Hey, you take care. Thanks for coming in, Shay Savage.
Later, Savage.
Later, man. Good meeting you, buddy.
Good meeting you too.
Orion, have you watched any of the Olympics? Can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you now.
Excellent.
Sorry, I had that one muted.
Have you watched any of the Olympics?
Yeah,
Oh, cool. What have you watched?
I watched men's basketball.
Okay, I watched that too. They played Serbia,
Yeah,
dominated.
yeah. They trashed Serbia. Not like hardcore trash Serbia. I think they took it easy on them, let Serbia score a lot of points so that it wouldn't be a complete shutout. You know, like not revealing your entire hand in the first round.
Right. Get this one. This was a fact that I had not heard, but I just think it's phenomenal. The United States women's basketball team, to my knowledge, in its history, has played 50 games and won every single one. I'm going to look it up, but I think they're going to win their 8th gold medal this year, which is like, I just might have heard this on the radio this morning in passing, but I want to check that back. Here we go. U.S. women's Olympic
Here,
team.
the U.S. women haven't lost in the Olympics since 1992. And most a 55-game win streak in the Summer Games, dating to the bronze medal match in Barcelona. Their overall Olympic record, 72-3.
There you go.
And
Okay.
Team USA has only dropped one game in a major international competition since 1992 in the semifinals of the 2006 World Cup.
So they've won every gold medal since '92, and they're 55 straight. That's what it is. It's not 50 and 0. 55 straight wins, which is like complete dominance in a sport that doesn't look at any time to change. But I bet China beats it someday. China has this one girl. I'm so fucking excited about her that I wish I could watch her easier. It's hard to watch like Chinese basketball though. This woman is 7'5". When she plays basketball, it looks like when a child is playing on a small hoop. It's like she's like not even trying. The thing is though, her defense sucks, and she's really slow. But she's 7'5". All they have to do is get this girl the ball.
Is Yao Ming the coach of the female team?
I'm not familiar with that. I don't know.
You don't know who Yao Ming is?
No. I certainly know who Yao Ming is, but I don't know if he's the coach of the team. Is he?
He's part of the coaching staff for the China's women's basketball team.
Very cool.
Definitely part of the coaching staff.
Very cool. Shout out to Yao Ming.
Yeah.
Well, this girl is 7'5", and she's dominant. She's just slow, and I just think that that's like an outlier individual, and I want to check them out. 7'5", woman? No, you might be able to get a whole foot in that lady.
I'm trying to find the 7'5" chick on the roster.
Well, keep in mind it's China, so it might be 7'3" in reality, but I've heard her described as a 7'5" female. I can find her.
It's saying
Did you find her?
2.6 meters is the tallest
Okay, this woman is okay. Zhang Ziyu. So I see her listed. She's 16, and they say she's 7'5", but that's Facebook. And YouTube says she's 7'5". Another TikTok says she's 7'5". The 7'5" basketball phenom. Exactly. But then another one says she's 7'3". I've seen this woman play though. That's why I can tell you her defense sucks. But I mean, her defense is. I shouldn't say her defense sucks. No. Her defense is amazing. She blocks every fucking shot. It's her speed sucks. Let me go back and say her defense doesn't suck. Once she gets down there, she's dominant. But everybody's so much faster than she is.
Yeah, tall people are slow, but her fucking defense is.
Yeah.
Really taking
something, man. She's a phenom. Look at this thing. I mean, I'm watching highlights of her, and it's just like, how do you stop her? I mean, you can. You have to be a very perhaps good shooting and fast team because she's pretty slow. I mean, she's faster than I do, but still, in comparison to the other girls, women, she's
her versus Caitlin Clark. Caitlin Clark would run circles around her all day.
I mean, on like one-on-one basketball, is it half court or full court?
Full court.
Oh yeah, then probably. Yeah, but if it's half court, this girl still might, because Caitlin Clark's pretty quick, and so Caitlin Clark might be able to run around her. But this girl, all she has to do is put her little tuchus or her butt behind and just back in, and I mean, I don't know how she do one-on-one, really, because it might be really easy to steal on her. You know, because the ball has to travel such a long distance to get to her hands that it might be super easy to steal on her, where she just basically is only good to be playing in the paint. But man, she's just dominant in the paint. Anyway, but imagine when China gets 5 women like this, and they're faster and they know how to play better. Because, I mean, it's only a matter of time until China's just like, hey, whatever we gave that girl, let's just do it to 5 other chicks and see what the fuck can happen. Because this bitch is fucking dominant. The first comment is that's like using cheat codes. You know, it's true. She's like 3 feet taller. Is it 3 feet? At least 2 feet. She's 2 feet taller than some of her competition. That's incredible. Yeah, I mean, she almost looks bored when she plays. Anyway, so her name is Zhang Ziyu, and you heard it here first, folks. Zhang Ziyu she's 16, and she's on their national team, and she's 7'5". Like, get this woman or this girl to the WNBA ASAP. She'll be the biggest fucking deal in WNBA history, easily. In fact, I might write on this topic. I have this Reddit thread that I write on which I write on topics, and one of them may be the WNBA is going to really start to get lit up when you get women dunking. Women dunking is like the next big thing in basketball. Men can do everything in basketball. They dunk, they break the backboard. We've had this for 30 years. No big deal. But women barely can dunk. Like, just a couple women have ever done. And so to get it so that like every girl can dunk, that's going to be something. Like the NBA.
They should lower the woman's hoop by 1 foot.
No, same thing. Play with the same thing, but just make the women better. And they're getting better every single year. And it's just going to continue. I'm a huge advocate for women. I'm a huge advocate for women's sports. And when women get similar attention to men, their prize money's going to go up, the league money's going to go up, the attendance is going to go up, everything is going to go up. A rising tide lifts all ships. And the same is true with the WNBA. And they just got this new media deal. They're going to be on Amazon, which some people may not think is a big deal. But whenever you ally yourself with Amazon, it's like you're in it with the big boys. They're going to take care of you as best as possible. You're now an asset of theirs, essentially, for the next 11 years. So you watch. Mark my words. WNBA is going to get big. In the next 11 years, the WNBA dunk is going to become big.
So, the only event USA has medaled in.
Fencing.
They have basketball on this list already, but we have 0, right?
They already have it on there?
Well, yeah, they're anticipating here.
Yeah, but you can't already have that bitch counted. I know they're dominant, but they almost lost to South Sudan last week. They won at the last minute. LeBron James had a layup.
Yeah, South Sudan. That's the biggest threat for this medal. But I watched something last night about that game too, and it was like one of their first games, right? They were working stuff out, right? How do I say this? It was Team USA's, right? Men's basketball. It was like one of their first games all playing together, and it was stuff they had to work out, little kinks, and that's why it was a close game. Because it was the first time competing on this level, like Steph Curry's first time competing in the Olympics, at this scale. However, with that being said, it being Steph Curry's first time, this team is one of the most decorated men's basketball teams of all time. It is the most decorated USA men's basketball team of all time. Bigger than the Dream, bigger than the Redeem. Remember the Dream Team?
Oh, fuck yeah. Doug, of course. 92, 96, of course. Say no more.
This, if we win, if men's basketball wins the gold 5 years in a row or whatever, some shit like that, like this, dude, nobody is going to be able to compete with the United States on, in basketball. Look at women's, and then look at men's basketball. Nobody really has anything on us because they don't play with that kind of veracity, that kind of passion.
They have won that many in a row?
Yeah, if I am correct, it's been 4 times in a row for the men winning gold.
I can see that. When didn't they win last?
I don't know.
I'm going to look that up. They did not win gold in Athens. They won the bronze. They lost 3 games in the tournament. They even lost to Puerto Rico. Wait a second. No instances of Team USA not winning gold in the 21st century, according to the search results. No. Okay, so AI is giving me two different answers, which is okay. They've won 4 in a row. I gotta look at the wiki though. There was one weird year.
What I'm seeing here is they lost to France. The USA has had some occasional close games in the Olympics and lost to France, 83-76 at the 2020 Tokyo Olympics. But it says here it was the Americans' only Olympic loss since losing the semifinals of 2004 Athens.
Yeah.
And the U.S. has won gold medals in 08, 012, 06, 16, and then 20. Like, they lost to France, lost one game in 2020, but still ended up winning gold somehow. I don't know all the lore behind it. So after I showed you that site, I was like, oh, men's basketball, they're playing. I tune in, and I see LeBron James just fucking dunking it on Serbia, right, for the first points for America. It was like 8-0, right?
Right.
LeBron James comes up, he's like, this is mine. Yeah. Dude, I'm not a big LeBron fan, but once I saw him dunk on the world stage, right, that changed my entire opinion right there. I was like, I have to see this man dominate. I have to see Curry drain him. Kevin Durant in the first half literally had like 1/3 of points. Kevin Durant was certainly the best, one of the best scorers of that entire game against Serbia. But again, Serbia, also like their prime guy, he plays for the Denver Nuggets. Like a lot of these people that are playing for other countries, like France has some people in the NBA.
You mean Jokic?
Serbia does. Huh?
You mean Jokic?
Well, yeah. All right. So basically, yeah. NBA, current NBA players.
Jokic.
Yeah, so
Luka.
France has had a handful of prominent faces in the league. There are a total of 10 active French players in the NBA.
You know what's a weird one? Is Joel Embiid or whatever. He could play for France through Cameroon, something like that.
Yeah, but he chose to play for the United States.
Exactly. And he got booed.
Well, yeah. Yeah.
I mean, what would you choose? Hey, you want a free gold medal, or do you want to lose?
Well, here's what he said, because I watched something on this guy. He said that the reason why he chose to play for the United States instead of France was because his son is an American citizen and does not hold dual citizenship like him. And he wanted to play for his son.
Dog, I get that. That's a nice story.
The country that his son is a part of. If France would have been like, yeah, we'll give your son citizenship too, I'm pretty sure he would have chose some. But since they
No
didn't,
way. Dude. It's a free gold medal or nothing. Like, wouldn't you want a free gold medal?
Yeah, of course.
Okay, so he can say it's for his son, and I get it, and perhaps that's some of the reason. But the primary reason here, come on, you're going to win a free gold medal. He could ride the bench the entire time and get a free gold medal. There's never been like a more guaranteed gold medal in the Olympics, perhaps. A lot of times in the United States.
His South Sudan coach, like South Sudan's going to have to play their hearts out. They're going to have to give their entire A game this Olympics. But since LeBron, Curry, Durant, and all these decorated NBA players, once they get their groove going and they get a a good system and like start vibing with each other, you know, with learning each other's little body language, micro expressions, right? Like LeBron James can literally have a tell that his teammates could pick up on, like, oh, he looks left to right. That means he's about to pass it to the left, right? He looks left, looks right, passes it to the left. So the people to the left know try to get open, right? Or, you know, oh, he looks right and then left. I'm just saying, there's little things like that. There's a bunch of little micro expressions. But once they start picking up on that and really, really fine tuning their work, they're unbeatable, bro. Like, like I'm expecting to see 120, 130 against like 70, you know, points. I'm expecting. If I don't get that, if I don't get a 60-point win, I'll be surprised.
Right.
Sorry.
Well, it's of all the teams on which you could be, that's a big one. But even as dominant as the men are, the women are better in comparison. Well, it's arguable.
Stat-wise, yeah.
It's arguable. I mean, they've won 55 straight.
I think a WNBA team would give a regular NBA team a run for their money.
Never. Not in a million years. A WNBA team wouldn't beat a shitty men's college team.
Hang on, hear me out. If there was no physical contact, if physical contact was not allowed, right? Like boxing out,
No way.
and
Still,
shit like that, check in.
the men are so much taller. On a D3 team, the shortest guy is like 6'4", 6'5", maybe 6'2", 6'1", but like that's tall for a women's player.
Yeah.
I'm not saying I'm not saying that the women aren't good against women, but when you put a women's team of even the best WNBA team, like their best player, let's say like Brittany Griner against a guy, is going to get dominated by a D3 center. Just now, I know what you're saying. Make it
Brittany
so that there's
Griner
no
versus
physical.
LeBron James. No contact at all. No physical contact.
Right.
Like, even if you touch their arm as you're trying to steal the ball, even if you touch the ball and then touch them, that's still contact, right? There's zero contact allowed. I'm just saying. There's zero physical contact allowed.
The
Brittany
way that
Griner might be able to give LeBron James a run for his money.
oh no, not in a million years. Not in a million.
Well, with no contact, but if it's just a regular, like, let's say half court, where they can box out and do all that stuff, you know, where there can be physical contact, yeah, LeBron James is winning every time, in my perspective. But
So
the ability to drop back and do a jump shot, you're not putting your faith in the jump shot and or, you know, the quick breaking of the ankles, right? Ball handling. Like, women are smaller, and what like you were saying earlier, when there's less dribble time, when you're shorter, the ball travels less when you're dribbling, so there's less time to steal it. You know,
I get that.
there's. I'll quit. Yeah.
No. Okay, but I take it to this. You know who Serena Williams is, right?
Yeah.
Okay, like dominant tennis player. There was some kind of comment that she made that if she was playing on the men's tour, there was a comment like she could beat like a top 100 player or something, and she ended up playing just kind of for fun the 400 or some really far back
Like,
ranked
I'm
guy.
thinking 600.
Exactly.
I remember the story.
And she lost 6-0, 6-1, something like that. Like, it wasn't even close. And it made her realize, like, oh, this isn't even close. And so if we take that to women's team sports to basketball, that's just what I'm thinking. Like, you could put together 500 male teams perhaps better than the best WNBA. I think it's probably even more than that. And that's nothing against women. It's just the average heights of the people are going to be off, and it's not going to be necessarily fair. And I know what you're saying, like if it's based on pure shooting, but that's not really the game of basketball either. That's more like a shooting competition, which between Steph Curry and some girl, and I think the girl did really, really well, but you know, if she was so good, she would be able to cut it in the NBA, and that's just not a thing. I think we'll eventually see some women, perhaps in men's sports, like you've seen some kickers who have been women in football, but I think that you will one day, and I'll just say it, you'll find some girl who's a really, really good long snapper, and the position of long snapper is unique because they don't really block in a traditional sense. Their position is just to snap the ball, basically. And I bet a girl could do that just as well, or if not better than a boy. So there are some positions maybe in the future that, but like if you want to say like, and I know you're not, but like you're gonna have a woman be a defensive tackle in the NFL, or a woman be a center in the NBA. We're a long way from that. And even still, I mean, it's very arguable. Most of the guys in the NBA are taking performance-enhancing drugs. So if you have a woman who's doing that, she's going to have to up the game even more so than a normal person. To the point where it's like, well, now you're going to be messing with her testosterone and her estrogen levels. Like, now it's not going to be like you're getting into some kind of like transhuman, or at least transgenderism.
I feel that.
I'm about new stuff though happening in sports, particularly. I mean, if people can do it, let's see it happen.
Let's see what's going on today. So women's FA.
Hey, there he is. Welcome, Frosty. Frosty, we just had Straight Savage in here.
I know I was online as a doctor.
Oh,
chatting.
Tight.
Yeah, okay.
Did you see me on the stream?
Yeah, I did. It was pretty cool.
Oh, cool.
I noticed sometimes people don't have a lot to say, like on rambling, and then you kind of forget your context and stuff. So it's savage, yeah. You always have stuff to say.
Well, I'm trying to keep it lively because if not, it's just dead air. And I want Straight Savage to think like, hey, if he comes here, we'll do stuff. We'll have stuff going on.
Yeah, exactly.
Oh, Orion, I didn't tell you, but I didn't really get a chance. That one person who was in here, what I think their name was like, my name was taken, something like that. I asked them how old they were, and they weren't 18, so I had to boot them. I banned them. And I told them it's nothing personal, but you just gotta understand. It says you have to be 18 to be in here. If you're not 18, I'm sorry. You gotta go.
Plus, he was kind of calling everyone to walk him.
Oh, yeah. Absolutely. It was more harm than good. But, yeah. And normally, I would have thought, hey, it says you have to be 18 to be in here. That's kind of a given. But
yeah, it says age restriction. When I was signing like to Discord and then join it, it would say, well, to join this. Yeah, you have to be 18, but I have to use the bathroom. I'll be back.
Oh, yeah, definitely. Frosty, how you doing today? Dude, I mean this. Your essay was very, very good.
Thanks, man. Thanks.
And
I try to like right now. I just use the same tone of voice on different topics and stuff just comes out, when I type. So it's pretty easy for me. It's just finding topics that is kind of hard because I've written 600 right now, so it's gonna take a while to come up with stuff continuously. Like once I reach like 1K or something, I don't know what I'm gonna do.
well, I can help you with anything you need when it comes to topic ideas. So you need
Yeah,
assistance, let me know.
I wanted to talk to you about what I was talking about marijuana.
Sure.
Marijuana, I don't know. Like, people have problems when you say marijuana. You get to say marijuana. I don't know. I don't get it anymore.
You're saying it fine both ways. I know what you mean.
Yeah, so I just think, I don't know, there are lots of people against it. Popular opinion is that you shouldn't be against it. So, in USA, I think they managed to sort out whatever crisis they were having with it, and I don't think people have that anymore. The problem is, right, in places like India, what happens is there's not much kind of narrative anyway going on, right? So if you bring weed into it, weed tends to disrupt cultural things, like, when I mean not subcultural things, I mean actual cultural, traditional things that belong in place, right? So it tends to kind of condition that out. So that can sort of happen. Like in USA, I know, like you guys are fully for more of it, right? More weed and more people who generally can have a good time, which I guess, right? But it's a problem in places like India because people have a different mentality. And also in USA, I think it's kind of, it has its pros and cons, I guess. That's all I can say about weed, to be honest, but it does erode culture, if you know what I mean. Like it also replaces things with that people's own. When you meet someone, like I meet you and you meet me, you're always like kind of grafting onto parts of what you understand of me and stuff like that while we're having a conversation, right? So like that sort of complexity is what you need like everywhere, but it won't happen if you're gonna be high or if you're alone or stuff like that, right? Like I understand Travis does it and he does it alone a lot, and he's kind of older, so it's like a total different deal. So yeah, that's my view on it. At least that's my opinion on it.
I think that's a respectable opinion. I think everything you said makes sense to me.
Yeah, I just want to know what you think about it because I know you, like people who smoke it tend to have good ideas about it, and I used to smoke it, so like, and
Yeah, so we were talking earlier today. I don't know if you know who Willie Nelson is or Keith Richards. Do you know who Willie Nelson is? He's a country music artist, and Keith Richards is the guitar player for the Rolling Stones. For many years, they made jokes about these people that they were drug addicts and that they were going to die because of drugs. And these guys are now very old and seemingly pretty okay. I mean, I know some of them may have some cognitive issues, but it's like they're in their 80s and 90s. That's pretty good. And some of them are still performing. So obviously, some of the things that they told us that, even one time it can cause you detrimental damage. Perhaps that is true in some people, but it's very, very rare, and no one's ever died from it. Meaning, perhaps somebody, smoked something and jumped off a building or something, but the building killed them. The jumping off the ground killed them, not marijuana.
yeah.
Additionally,
I don't know what it was. I don't think they had
see, the thing is that if you promote marijuana, you somehow rebel against control systems, right?
Well, there's a reason because of that, in my opinion. It causes you to no longer believe in your traditional pillars and structures of society. It makes you realize that there's more to life than that, and also that all of that stuff may be lying to you, or maybe has been lying to you this entire time. And because of that, you run into the issue where perhaps you rebel, and that might be that counterculture that you're referencing, which I think you're right.
Yeah, yeah. The thing is, the counterculture in USA reaches like epic proportions. Right?
It does.
It goes way beyond what normally happens. Then you have people being less productive members of society, and then you have people who are productive but somehow they're on the bend of being authentic themselves. So they're sort of like they're way too authentic in some ways, and I think that's why Gen Z is getting blamed for a lot of stuff, and I think it's kind of unfair because you guys let the Mexicans like legalize marijuana and stuff everywhere. So I don't know. This is my opinion. It's just that what happens is it's largely because of weed that you have people just as defecting members of like because if you wanna keep a structure going, right, you're gonna need like I don't know, either you're gonna have to like it's got nothing to do with like converting people, but it's a proven fact that people who are heavy Christians will most likely listen to people who say that you need to contribute a bit and you need to have that responsibility and gratitude towards people, right? So that sort of thing, right? It's very difficult to understand, and most people who grow up in USA have a sort of inverted mentality on the idea of being a child and then becoming an adult. So this is basically what Jordan Peterson is also after. Is this that he's trying to kind of separate the kind of well, I don't know what it is exactly because right now because of technology, jobs have become super hard to handle, but there's still competition, right? So if you somehow defect, or even if you, even on an individual scale, if you're defected from society just in general, right? And then 20 years down the line, you realize that you're not straight savage. You're not gonna like keep smoking weed. Like you smoke it at 20 or 21, and then 20 years later, absolutely nothing has changed, and then you're just like stuck in this very strange crisis that happens to you. So people don't go through this. Like it's like you can watch TV and stuff and maybe understand some things and other things, but people are still gonna go through these kind of they're not mistakes so much as like it's part of an overwhelming world order that tries to make it seem that but it doesn't try to make it seem it's mostly that if you have enough money you can sort of like secure your rights to keep smoking it or having a good time or stuff like that, or just in general. So I think in USA you guys have some sort of it's a secret kind of communism, and I think it kind of works well in some ways, but in other ways it contributes to like the lack of stuff happening.
Yeah, I'm in agreement with you that there's some kind of secrets to it, like you're saying, perhaps.
Yeah, people don't look into it, and popular vote is usually because people want to have fun. And that's the most popular vote you can have. Because if people are protesting for legalization of marijuana, something is very wrong, you know? Like, that just tells you the state of affairs and what's happening right now. Because some people even smoke it would be against it, you know?
Right.
And the people who smoke it and are against it, they might know better than someone who's kind of like already settled and can sort of do it on an individual basis without affecting anyone and not be sensitive about it, you know?
Yes.
So all that include, yeah, that all figures in. So yeah, it's the system. It's the system in the end. It's nothing else. It's the system that's super corrupt. Like if they're legalizing it and still showing you ads like this, I don't know. It shouldn't be happening. Yeah, I don't know. I remember when I used to trip out of this smoking the weed. Yeah, I eventually got in trouble and stuff. That's a whole different story. I used to get into quite a lot of trouble when I started smoking it with my parents, family, and stuff like that. You know, it was. And yeah, I think there was, people who have, how do you say, noise sensitive people, or people who have chromesthesia or like indio colors, they can often start to see, or not see. I mean, they can hear colors, right? So it's sort of like it takes on the drug effect of something like mescaline. So
Wow, I come back to basically take on the effects of mescaline. Like, you guys are talking about.
I was talking about weed and stuff like that, talking about legalization and everything.
Wait. What about cannabis acts like mescaline?
None of it does. I was on a different tangent. I was talking about people who have chromesthesia, who can hear colors and have general sensitivity, dream perception, or who have sensitivity towards objects and such, vibrations, stuff like that. They can have very high clips on endo. We can't hear you, Ryan.
Oh no, I'm here.
Oh,
Yeah, no,
I thought your mic was breaking.
No, I was just packing a bowl. I just used the bathroom. And,
Oh, good.
yeah, no, I love cannabis, dude. If it wasn't for cannabis, I would have a really unenjoyable life. When I say unenjoyable, I mean the amount of PTSD and anxiety and depression I have.
Yeah.
It helps, dude. Like, I firmly believe if somebody like a veteran with really bad PTSD, like you go through like a near-death experience, right? You come back and you do some shroom therapy, psilocybin shroom mushrooms, make you trip. Do that therapy and then like a THC therapy, right? Where you basically take like an edible amount of THC and shrooms for like every day. Essentially, a microdose on shrooms, and then take a dose of THC. I feel like that combination there will not only help calm you down, but also make you feel better.
I'm in agreement with you. I think
release more
that's
serotonin and like
I think that's the perfect thing. Perfect mix right there. What you just
For-
described.
Yeah.
Microdosing with
very very
cannabis.
bad. Cases,
Microdosing
like-
with
So
psilocybin and
you
then
know,
cannabis.
people with like epilepsy and like tremors, like they could sit there and have tremors all day, and then the moment they take some type of THC oil
It's
in their
unbelievable.
mouth, like within a minute,
Unbelievable.
their tremors stop, right? You know, because it soothes the body. There's different strains of cannabis. One that helps your mind, and one that helps your body. One that calms the body. You know, will help you feel. I guess will help you stop moving so much when you're anxious, and then the shrooms will make you feel happier. You know, do a therapy like that until, or even just doing a full-on trip, right? Eat a whole 8 of shrooms in one city, because you're only tripping for about 12 hours, right? And 6 of those are like at the peak, right? Peak trip on 8 shrooms, or one type of acid.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well,
So I think if you were to microdose from shrooms, that would be a very tiny amount, I guess. Because so what I
yeah,
was
it would be
thinking,
like
I thought-
half a gram, right? So you grind up half a gram of mushrooms, and then you have like half a gram of some edible concentrate. You could behind that in a pill form and take that. Dude, I really think that would help, like, not only like extremely autistic kids, but also people with extreme PTSD, like people coming out of a war zone with shell shock, and like these veterans that are coming back. Like, we shouldn't just bring these guys back and then release them into society. You know, bring them back, keep them on a military base in that military setting, and then have them do this therapy and then slowly integrate back into normal everyday life. Dude, too many times I've come across stories of veterans taking their lives or wanting to take their lives, and it's all because there's no decompression from that lifestyle.
I've heard about people who have anxiety on weed. People like me, I also have anxiety on weed. Like if you do mushrooms or acid, it'll like take that stuff like right out of your brain. But
I would suggest shrooms over acid, because acid, like, all right, here's why I say shrooms are safer than acid. See, shrooms are a mushroom, right? They grow in a physical medium, and then you eat that physical medium to get that, technically it's a poison, to get that molecule inside your body.
Yeah.
But with acid, somebody makes a liquid, right? And then they drop it onto something, so you never know how concentrated that drop is, and or how many drops they put on that item.
Yeah. Okay, so I think so. Not from what I'm understanding right now, but I've heard about this before as well. But thanks for bringing it up again. Mushrooms and like going from the earth and stuff, whatever you're talking about. So I think have you ever had like a kind of coming out of like a kind of like a transit kind of feeling, or suddenly out of body from doing shrooms? Like you almost landed up in a very bad state, like on a trip that you wouldn't want to be in. You broke out into it, and it just like did it ever melt? Did everything just start like dancing around you? Has that ever happened to you?
All right, so I've never done shrooms. I've tripped on acid 3 times, right?
Yeah, alright, tell me about that.
And so with the acid, dude, it was one. So from my understanding, it was one tab, like a single drop on a piece of paper, right? And put it underneath my tongue, and all 3 times it had, like, I got lucky because the person that I got it from wasn't a piece of shit, right? Selling bunk acid, it was real. And so I take it, let it sit underneath my tongue, and about an hour later is when it would take effect. And then I would trip. pretty hard for about 6 hours, right? Like there's a build-up peak, and then after 6 hours, I would say 6, 7, maybe 8 hours, like the visual effects as like, you know, stuff becoming wavy, right? Like I could see where I was. Like I knew exactly where I was in my house every time. I couldn't really talk. I'd more so talk like, wow, this is amazing. Like I remember talking to my mom on the phone and being like, oh my gosh, there's a spider in the window.
Did she know you were tripping on acid?
I think so. I think that she asked, like, what are you doing? And I think I told her. I remember correctly, I was like, yeah, no, I took acid. And, you know, I wanted to. I was like, I can't smoke weed, and I've never done it before. And it was something like that. But we just got off the phone. She pretended like she didn't hear me, kind of dealio.
Dude, shout out to your mom for not freaking out.
Yeah, yeah, call me a piece of shit.
Exactly.
Well, it's because she has. So I grew up in AA meetings. So she doesn't smoke weed. She doesn't drink, but she's been on this holistic health kick for quite some time, and she's come to the point where she herself wants to do microdosing, right? And she's not like opposed to the idea of eating shrooms, grinding it up, and, you know, taking a small dose every morning. She's not opposed to that idea because it's on a, not just on a spiritual level, but on a therapeutic, like, there's actual benefits to this. Anyways, back to my acid story. So, like, stuff, like, got wavy, and the craziest thing I saw was we had this ceiling that had, like, this plaster stuck to it, and it was designed in such a way that it wasn't like the popcorn, atypical popcorn drywall ceiling. It looked like weight on water from like very high up, right? Already. And as I'm laying on the hardwood living room floor staring up at the ceiling, it looked like these waves were cursive writing. Like, and then I'm like, holy shit. And I knew where I was. I knew what I was seeing. And I knew why I was seeing it like that. I wasn't scared at all. Like, I knew I was tripping. But I was totally by myself, right?
Okay.
First time tripping, I was like, I have to be by myself. I think, yeah. But before I started tripping, I took all the knives and, like, out of the kitchen drawers, like, took basically anything that I could possibly injure myself with in a very fast way, and like hit them all away in the garage in a corner, right? But anyways, I'm laying on the living room floor, tripping, seeing cursive writing in the ceiling. Look at the window, and I get up. I look out the big bay window, and I see just all these rainbows and just a bunch of different shit. And I just tripped by myself for like 12 hours, and then I'd have to say about 6-7 hours after that, like after the peak had ended, like that was my favorite part. The last part of the come down before I went to sleep was like everything was vivid, and all the colors, all how do I explain this? Like the color red, was really red. The color blue was really blue.
Right. Vivid.
Yeah, very, very vivid colors. It's almost like trying to think of what the filter's called. Seeing it like opposite of negative.
Dog,
right?
I've tripped on acid and psilocybin, so I'm familiar. It's amazing.
Yeah, dude. That was my favorite part. Like the tripping and the cursive and the rainbows were fun, but the few hours coming down when the colors were vivid, there was this feeling of euphoria.
Right.
Like building up to it, I'm more like anxious and like kind of scared in a sense, not like bad scared, but more like, hurry up, when is this going to happen? Oh, I'm so excited for this, I'm anxious, like, I want to start tripping. The back end is more fun for me, but that's where I realized, like, microdosing, like, instead of taking 1 tab of acid, you take half a tab of acid, right?
Right.
And then when the colors start becoming vivid, you take that other half. Kind of deal. Anyway, I have no idea where to get acid. I have no idea where to get shrooms. I wish I knew where to get that shit.
Okay, well, I can help you with that. Okay. So at least the shrooms part of it, you can go on Craigslist. Well, at least that's how I did it. And you could find someone, especially if you live where you live, you might have somebody who has it more readily available because the land's available. But you can also just buy that. This is what you should do. You grow your own. There's this amazing thing that you just like put, you just have to get it wet and it grows it all encompassed in the thing. You don't have to even go anywhere. If you're like, what is it? If you can Google it, just look up psilocybin mushroom kit. And then to get acid, the best way that I found is
that you can go to prison for life for manufacturing.
For manufacturing?
Acid, yeah.
Yeah, that's why I'm not manufacturing it, dog. I'm getting it from somewhere. If you want to get it, the best way that I have found to get it is to find it on the dark web, and you can pretty easily just go to any dark web purveyor and order anything that you want. You can get acid there, and it comes, at least when I got it, it would come in like a birthday card, and so it's very hard to detect. You open up this birthday card and not realize that, like, oh, they're like tabs of acid in here. Very cool. And it just came in the mail from Amsterdam.
Okay, so this news article says DEA confirms psychedelic mushroom spores are federally illegal prior to germination.
Right. That's why I think you can sell these kits and just anywhere in the United States, basically, because they're not germinating. And they're really, really easy. I've seen these things. Like, it's like this loaf that grows a ton of mushrooms very quickly, and all you have to do is get it wet, I think, and just like one time too, and then just expose it to the air, and it just grows these mushrooms. It's probably the safest way to do it too. But I know I was able to just find somebody on Craigslist in LA. Yeah, it was really easy too. And then what I did, so if you're gonna do it, then what you do, okay, so I don't consider myself someone who has a weak stomach, but these things taste like shit. And
yeah, because they grow and shit.
Exactly, and they make me gag. And they don't chew really well. They kind of stick to your teeth, and the poison just it's hard to digest. So the best way to do it, the absolute best way, is to get a grinder and grind them into a powder and put that powder into caplets, and then just take caplets, and you can microdose that way too. And that way you know exactly how much you're getting. You know what I mean? It's very scheduled. It's very organized. It's very scientific. That way you know, like, oh, I microdosed this morning. I can and can't do that or whatever. It's the way to do it. And then you don't have to taste it. Otherwise, you have to put it on a food. Well, you can just eat them. But if you can do that, great. But I can't. It makes me gag. So I'll have to put them on a food. And then whatever food I put it on ruins the food for like years. So I find the capsules are the way to go. You can also make teas, but again, the tea is okay. The tea works actually, but and I've made the tea. The way that I would do it though is you steep the mushrooms and then you I needed to put a lot of tea bags in it to overcome any kind of taste, and then you drink it. Ooh, it still makes me shudder at this point. That's the easiest way to do it, to ingest it. Aside from caplets are the best. I'm telling you right now, caplets are the way to go.
What I'm thinking I would do is I would write, first put it on a scale to see how much I have, right? So I can get exact measurements. And I believe it's only the caps, too. The stems you don't need. So you take the caps,
Put
them on a scale,
put them all in there. Dude. Put them all in
and
there.
then put them in.
Put it all in there.
Right?
Dude.
And then you know how much weight. Like, all right, well, let's say there's a quarter of a gram in each capsule. And so, 4 capsules is a gram. 8 capsules is 2. 12 capsules is an entire 8. But then you're also swallowing all those capsules. Which you can technically, now that I think about it, you would be able to dose yourself just right throughout an entire day, where you can have a nice steady trip off like a quarter of shrooms.
Oh,
Let's
yeah.
say
Easily.
take a gram in the morning, right? Gram at lunch, and then
Dude,
a
you be
gram,
tripping balls at that much.
yeah, a gram at supper time. Well, I don't know about tripping balls because from my understanding is around an eighth of shrooms is approximately the same amount of tripping time that 1 tap of acid. It'll last about 12 hours, right?
Yeah, it's a different trip too.
Yeah, it's more wavy, less colors.
It depends on the acid. It depends on the shrooms, but
That's what I'm told.
yeah, I would say it just depends. Because there's both involved with both. So to say that one's more than the other, maybe at different points it can be that way too. But both have both of them. So they are comparable. I personally like acid more. It's easier, and to me you can get higher from it. But mushrooms are very cool too, and I've had some of the hardest I've ever laughed in my entire life is on mushrooms. Mushrooms you can laugh so much harder than you normally laugh, and like to the point, like that's almost like the best part of it is because it enhances everything. When something's funny, it's 10 times funnier. I can tell you this one time there was a movie called Across the Universe that was like a Beatles musical, and my friend and I were allegedly we took mushrooms and went to it, and my cell phone had fallen in between the seats of the movie theater, and I didn't realize it, and I had gotten a telephone call, and I didn't realize I hadn't silenced my phone, and it rang, and it made my friend and I laughed so hard. We laughed so hard that it like there was pain in my stomach, and I remember being like, I normally don't laugh this hard, but I think because the mushrooms just enhanced everything, and it wasn't just one time that it happened. It's like, oh no, when you are laughing, it makes you laugh till you cry, and that's just a wonderful feeling. And then there's a body buzz. I can tell you the best I've ever felt from a body buzz in my entire life is on LSD. But some of the coolest experiences I've ever had have been on mushrooms, so it just kind of depends.
I can't play video games while sitting.
Yeah.
I can't watch any TV.
Yes. Let's see here. Video games. I can, but they're just not. I just have no. I can listen to music. Music is kind of like my go-to. A lot of times, especially on shrooms, because the body buzz is so intense, I just want to lay in bed and just let that body buzz take over me and listen to music. On LSD, let's ask Frosty. Frosty, you ever do psilocybin or LSD?
Yeah, no.
Okay. Well, if you can ever get your hands on it, I recommend it. We're going to get you to the United States, and you're going to be able to live the best of the best life here. And when that happens, you'll be able to experience all this, and perhaps even before we'll get to you wherever you are. It's wild. The way that I would describe it is intense body buzz and what Orion is saying. Intense color visuals and waviness, like the floor feels like it's wavy. And although there's another drug out there, if you've ever heard of it, it's Salvia divinorum. Holy shit. It's a weird drug in that you can't do it all the time. You do it once and you can't do it again for like months because nothing will happen. But because your body immediately creates this like defense mechanism against tripping on this thing. I've done it, and it makes you feel like a river is just coming over you. It's so powerful. You have to like lie down because it is so intense. Nevertheless, it's not that intense. LSD nor shrooms are that intense, but they can make you just like feel like you're connecting with divine laws. Though that really gets into DMT, which even though we all have DMT in our systems, unfortunately, I've never done it. It's the one drug that actually there are two drugs I've always wanted to do. One is DMT, the other is adrenochrome, adrenaline, also known as ephedrine, or epinephrine, sorry, not ephedrine, epinephrine. And I just, the way to do it, to do DMT, it was legal, like when I first learned about it, and I had a roommate of mine who did it, and was like, oh my god, it was like so amazing. But I just couldn't get my hands on it at the time. And then it became illegal. And I kept trying to get synthetic DMT, and I kept having to do these weird drugs that were like really, they would like fuck with you. They were these fucking weird designer drugs that you get off the dark web, and you had no idea what they would do to you. And I remember doing some of these drugs, and I'd be on the fucking floor for days, and like not being able to function. Like, they're just really intense. And then the other one, so DMT, and then adrenochrome, which is adrenaline. You can get an EpiPen, which is synthetic. Okay. Sure thing. As you know, we're here now. I was saying epinephrine is like an EpiPen, but I remember when I was young, they were like $12 each, and then all of a sudden, because of how the medical industry, they became like $200, and then $400, and now I don't even know how much it is.
Yeah, no, they're probably like $1,200 now.
There you go. But that's like synthetic adrenaline or epinephrine. There's a very interesting story. Adrenaline and epinephrine are the same thing. They're just two different names, and the history behind them is interesting. It's like One group of countries started using the term adrenaline, another group used the term epinephrine, and to this day they're still used interchangeably. It's even, when you look up adrenaline on Wikipedia, it says in parentheses, also known as epinephrine. Yeah, super interesting.
Across battleground states. No one is going to attack California's votes. First of all, the Democrats don't do that. And second of all, it's a waste of time. It's the battleground states where all this fraud is taking place. And those 7,000 people have challenged at this point more than 500,000 records, and they're just starting. Because the call is out there. Join us and attack the fraud that is going on. So, which is part of the fraud? Well, even former President Trump said this during the vote when he argued the vote was rigged. There were voters out there that all had the same address. That's proof of the fraud. You know which way they voted, but you never know. But just the same address, that proves fraud already. Well, let me tell you the same address fraud. These were homeless people that had the homeless shelter as their address because they didn't have any other address. That's not fraud, by the way. That's a legitimate address for voter registration. There were mass number of people that voted twice. Where's the proof? We don't have it, but we know.
Okay, there he goes.
Says that
Every time I get a notification for a job that I can do, I apply for it.
Good on you, man.
In the past week, well, this week alone, at least a dozen. But at least a dozen places online.
Especially ones that are right on the edge, or they go democratic, let's attack, and the resources are going to have to be used because the authorities have to respond. And a lot of the conspiracy theory debunked over again. Election officials are saying, I mean, we talk about conservative Republican election officials are saying we have the guardrails. We can't just throw someone off voter registration without calling them or trying to call them and try to figure out what's going on. Well, it's all fraud. It's all fraud. Lawsuits are ready to be filed, and be prepared for a super contested election coming up in the event that Donald Trump loses. I mean, that's the point where we've reached, and it is so scary. There's no such thing as a free election anymore in this country. It doesn't matter what the guardrails are, unless a Republican wins. Then it's a free constitutional election. And by the way, that is an argument that is going around. It's getting traction. And where have we gone to? Where have we come? You know, as much as some of these, I'm not crazy about either one of the candidates. You know what? I have enough faith in election officials at this point with the safeguards that have been put in the system as a result of lawsuits and Trump vote. But it doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. If the Democrats lose, I'm just talking about in any race, by the way, any battleground state. If a Democrat loses, it is fraud by definition. And how many people go, yeah, absolutely, no question about it. And that's not a small percentage either. But just one quick way, there are people that are not involved in dealing with attacking voter registration who are doing it for political purposes. They actually believe in good faith that our system
ITS, Joey and the team.
Bought into the conspiracies. This would be one.
This.
Misinformation. What's going on? There's so much of it. California news industry. I'm talking about legitimate news. And yes, I do think there is legitimate news out there. Man, that's shrinking like crazy. Where the other side is going, it's growing like crazy. And we've come to a very strange place. Let's check it with Amy live at the KFI 24-hour news.
SoCal Gas has shut off service to more than 130 homes in Ridge. Protests from residents and city officials.
Living along Portuguese Bend were notified Friday afternoon that their gas would be turned off so workers could relocate more than 600 feet of pipeline. This woman has lived in the area for nearly 20 years and says the community has been blindsided by supplies to heating, your stoves, your washing machine.
It's Joey D. ITS. Okay.
Shut-off started yesterday morning, and the company has not mentioned when or if service will be restored. Chris Ackle, KFI News.
Locals wanted the utility to delay the shut-off so they could have more time to set up gas alternatives. The magnitude
It's Joey D. ITS.
causing some vertigo in SoCal. This woman lives in the area. She says she thought a semi-truck was driving past yesterday before she realized it was an earthquake. She says it was more like swaying and shaking. The quake was felt as far away as LA, Burbank, Pasadena, and Long Beach. There were a few aftershocks. Taylor Swift says she's in shock following a knife attack in London that killed 3 kids at a Swift-themed dance day.
Yo, Rabbi.
Yo, dog.
Yo, dog. I'm gonna hop off Discord for a bit. I'll be back on tonight.
Excellent. We'll see you then, man.
Yeah. Check you later, dude.
Take care, dude.
A 17-year-old boy was arrested on suspicion of murder and attempted
I was all by myself.
Protesters
no one was
outside Ohio Senator Jamie Vance's office were refusing to leave. A few dozen Sunrise Movement demonstrators could be heard chanting, "Vance is a liar, our planet is on fire," before they were removed yesterday. Police say the arrests were made for violating protest laws inside congressional office buildings. 2 species of sharks that aren't normally in the area have been spotted in Puget Sound off the coast of Washington State. Researchers from Oregon State University say the broad-nosed seven-gill and the soup-fin sharks found in the southern part of the Salish Sea. They say finding the species there helps highlight changes to the marine food web. Target has announced a denim trade-in program just in time for back-to-school shopping. Starting on Sunday, customers can take a used denim item of any brand in any condition to a Target store and trade it in for a 20% off coupon for any new denim.
Yo, how are you? Welcome. Hang, dog. You just missed a whole bunch of people were here. How are you?
It's a long time to see you, bro.
I know. I missed you. Hey, I started a podcast.
What?
I started a podcast. I've already done 10 episodes.
What's that?
Do you know what a podcast is?
Oh, podcast.
Yeah.
What type of this? What type of that?
I asked people 73 questions about themselves very quickly, and they answer them. You want to see them?
Just show me a bit.
Okay, well, I don't have the ability to right now. Let me get you where you need to go. Just a moment.
Bro, what time are you in California?
8:34?
a.m.?
Yeah.
Oh, just wake up. No?
A little while ago. Okay. Actually, do you have Google or do you have YouTube?
I did. I have it. I had it.
Okay. No, still doesn't show. That's okay. I'll find it. and send it to you.
Tomorrow's gonna look a lot like today, but warm up a few degrees then as we head toward the end of the month. With inland areas topping out.
I get some pretty big streamers on it, which is cool.
63 and Costa
All right,
Mesa 68.
we'll get you one right now. Let's find our videos, and I will send you a link. Share video, copy link. Where did Hang go? There he is. Hang's back. All right. I'm going to send you this video, and you're going to love it more than you've loved anything in your entire life. Here we go.
How can I see it?
I'm going to send it to you right now. This is one of them. You can take a look.
Bro, how many Discord accounts you had?
Like 33.
Yo, 33?
Word dog.
Damn, bro, it's so large.
It's the biggest event in global history. All right, I'm going to try to get some people on my podcast. So, if you don't know what we do, we go on Kick. You know what Kick is? And we ask people.
I don't have Kick in my phone.
That's okay. I'll do it. And so what we do is we find people who might want to be on a podcast, and then we feature them. And so we have to find someone who is basically in the right position to be able to do it. 1, 2, D, on the podcast.
Is your bill electric tax is so getting expensive? You know, you use a lot of like electric, like light, something.
Discord, man. If you want to get details about that and everything, 1941. Stuff's around and everything.
Number one for music, radio, and podcasts all in one. All the good stuff. Yeah. Camps keeps you on top of pop culture.
And tweet songs in the term of like how you would see that. But yeah, that's basically how I would do it. Mos Chayak? Wait, how do you say your name? Mos Chiak? Fuck, I'm stupid. So mine is just, you just call me Nick, but this dude in my chat says hi, but I don't know how to say his name. What's good? Like, please join your Discord. This is like some public shit. I'll send the link. I got you. Some random ass Discord. Someone's right back. But nah, bro. But yeah, bro. I'll definitely have revenue. Want to be on a podcast? A podcast. We get money on the first a lot of the like what do we call it? What kind of podcast?
I asked you Vogue Magazine 73 Questions series, and I can give you the questions in advance, or you can look them up. Just look up Vogue Magazine 73 Questions. It takes about 20 minutes, and it is a great way for you to promote your Kick channel and your social media. I have already had more than 10 Kick streamers on it. Some really big streamers who are KCIP.
That's a very favorite market too. So you have to like remember that too when you're trying to be an up and coming person who wants to fame or celebrity or really something. But yes, a lot of you can really just kind of like go online right now and you can just buy your followers, buy your bots and all that shit. So you can still buy it. Now I wouldn't recommend that because I did it though with yeah, but everyone cheats to start. You have to cheat in this life. If you don't cheat, then you're not winning.
Fair enough.
Wait, so what, I don't know what to do, Nick. You're seeing a lot of info. I don't know what to do.
Oh my god, I love you. Is that the Saudi Arabia version of Michael Jackson?
He is not saying a word.
Michael.
Man, I don't know what. Wait.
Oh, wait, I haven't even.
I don't know how that's gonna grow my channel, dude, but I'm down to do an interview.
Oh, yeah. He's just setting off noises.
Well, hey, look at it this way. Any type of notoriety is good notoriety, right?
Facts.
I told you Germany's up. I told you Germany better win. Germany's up in the Olympics. It's very old. It's a very old.
Alright, Nick, bro, you gotta carry my shit, bro. I already got mad subscribers on YouTube, bro. I already got a lot of subs on YouTube, bro. I just need consistency, bro. I'm not gonna lie.
What do you do on YouTube?
Everything. Everything, bro. Yes, everything.
But, everything sucks in a while. So it's...
You will be on Spotify, Apple Podcasts, iTunes, Apple Music, Amazon Music, iHeartMedia, and YouTube within 24 hours.
So, yeah, I'm biased. And I'm seeing what I consider legitimate news sources.
Man,
Germany.
you will be on Spotify, Apple Podcasts, iTunes, Apple Music, Amazon Music, iHeartMedia. Damn.
I think it's from Japan or something.
That's how you know it's pre-recorded because when you go to that thing, it has all those ads and it's pulled up. Not bad. But the second I saw that ad, I was like, yeah. See, like, even the ad, dude, I'm like, yeah. Yeah, so cool, guys. Yeah.
Oh, shit.
I just don't like this year's Olympics.
Did I join it? Oh, no, bro. This is fishy.
Bro, come 2028, and then 2030, I hear shit's gonna be out.
Okay, so I'm just ignoring you. Then fuck off.
Dude, they already fascinated a year. But 2028, the Olympics are coming to LA. Apparently,
I did type it. Indeed, it's
Nice. Search me for my junkies.
Look at it. Germany's up by 11 and 12. Here. Oh no.
Son of a bitch, I hate
They score.
Fortnite balls all in your face. I can just like type something in Discord to join, people be trying to steal accounts with that thing, like I don't want to get it stolen.
Not interested. And the reason that the newsrooms are falling apart is because advertisers are leaving. Because where are the advertising dollars go? They go to a place where more and more people are looking at news. And here's my belief: studies haven't come out. I believe that more and more people believe the stuff that comes out of
Let me see. I'm curious. Interesting. Interesting. You just discovered.